Good morning, millennials. Wow, we're back. It's crazy how much has happened in a week.
I mean, I'm a brand new person.
I'm a brand new and also a very old, tired person, but also brand new from the reinvigoration that Camp Toast brought to my life.
I have a man's voice.
It's beautiful.
I'm drinking tea. Honestly, I know
shoes?
I referenced this episode. Yeah, this is Friends. People are loving it. Someone, I forget where I was. Someone told me I had a sexy voice, and I was like, thank you, sir.
Was it your Uber driver?
No, by the way, so I'm done with Uber.
Claudia made a move on her Uber driver.
Okay, so I'm done with Uber. I'm really done.
By the way, what if Uber watches this and then finds out what you did? And
it's not illegal.
It's not?
It's just frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane.
Not illegal? That's illegal, exposing yourself in public.
No, in the bathroom.
Oh.
That's the line from The Hangover.
Okay.
It's thanks a lot, Osama.
Okay.
So I'm done with Uber. I'm making the change. First of all, their prices keep going up. Second of all, they're making it so not helpful. And did you hear about this Uber scam?
Yeah, TPG.
TPG is all over it.
Well, I mean, everything about that Uber does is a scam, but now with their cancellation fees, and it's even if the driver cancels, it's not considered it's still
cancellation
considered
fees are non-disputable.
Right, which is just so crazy. I live for a disputable cancellation fee.
That's how I make my living.
Because of the amount that I ride Uber, I just always say that my driver asked me to cancel, and they never dispute it because why would I don't want to be canceling my Uber, I'm taking this Uber.
I'm taking the dog.
Unless the cab comes.
Yeah, right. So what I did with WAG is WAG is so expensive and I really liked it, but I found a walker on there that I love, and now we work offline and it's cheaper for me because WAG takes 20% anyway, so whatever. So I've been waiting to get an Uber driver who's clean, has a nice car, we speak the same language. I'm really just looking for a premium Uber driver that I can take offline. And today I found it.
Congratulations.
And he's handsome as hell.
I'm really excited for you, but I'm bursting with Camp Toast.
No, me too. Okay, yeah, let's move on. I'm sorry. But this morning, so once I got in the car, I had to ask him, if he wanted to take this thing offline. And I really felt like I was asking someone to homecoming. It was, so awkward. And Margaret was there, and Margaret was making me feel even more awkward.
Counselor Snitch.
Counselor Snitch is here.
Did she counselor you through it?
Oh, by the way, totally. She was just do it. And I was like...
She was being a counselor.
I was frozen with fear.
In her track jacket.
She was, in my track jacket. It's
we're gonna get to Counselor Snitch.
We're gonna get to all of that.
And everything she did this weekend. But you guys, for those of you who live under a rock, how are you watching the show? Because Camp Toast happened this weekend, and it was...
I mean, it didn't just happen,
Things don't just happen. It was
a movement.
It was a movement. It was months, years in the making. And all of our hard work, pits, anxiety,
oh my God,
stress paid off
on
in
the ride
droves.
there. We were dreading it so much.
We just didn't know what, and I feel so many people on their ride there, they didn't know what to expect.
They were coming alone.
You're coming alone. You're putting together this group of people. Yes, we have so much in common. We all love the Kardashians and Rahoni and the Toast, but can we move past that?
Can we take it IRL?
Can we take it IRL?
I mean, and in the business world, what we did this weekend was fucking revolutionary. We took a digital experience and made it IRL experiential, and we should be revered by our peers.
Not just at VidCon, but at a 3-day, you're in a bunk in the woods with strangers.
Most people came alone.
Things got real, and it was so incredible.
No, you don't understand. We wanted to do it, get it done, and never do it again.
Yeah, we thought it just wasn't going to be worth all the work that we put into it.
And I literally can't wait for next summer. I've been thinking about my friends. I miss Miranda Mae Brown so much. Her energy was infectious. Lauren Akimi, I miss her so much. I just miss all my friends. I even miss Peyton, who called me cold the first night and then apologized.
No, but she didn't mean it like that.
No, she was so drunk.
I miss Lauren Collins so much. I follow her on Instagram now, and she's cutting down all her trees for hurricane season because she lives in
South Carolina.
Charlotte is in North Carolina.
Yeah, but she lives outside Charleston.
Oh, she lives outside. Okay, so it's hurricane season. So I've just been watching her prepare on her farm.
And just this is proof of the power of the toasters is that a decent amount of our listeners live in areas that are being affected by the hurricane, and they're offering shelter to one another in the groups.
Nothing surprises me about the toasters anymore. After the displays of love, affection, and just human decency this weekend, I'm obsessed with the toasters, and now I'm watching, and I'm seeing all these familiar names. Renee is watching. Renee was the MVP of Camp Toast. It was officially ordained.
We had laminated awards that we gave out at the end of the night because we just wanted to
honor some people who really put themselves out there.
It's hard to come by yourself.
I mean, it's impossible. I came with my 3 sisters.
And I was nervous.
And I was still feeling awkward at times.
And I feel we learned so much about what the toasters want because Jackie and I really put in like a lot of time and effort into the itinerary. And at the end of the day, everyone just wanted to drink and do karaoke. And that's all we need.
It rained the whole time.
Right. Oh, so that's the thing. Like, the odds were stacked against us. It rained the entire time and all of our activities were outside, but like we spent the whole day ziplining outside, jet skiing outside, doing the ropes course outside, tubing outside, and like it was epic. Like the rain even made it even better.
Yeah, just because it like made it more epic. Like
So
just
I can only imagine
like tubing when the lake is splashing in your face and the rain is coming down. It's like everyone just threw caution to the wind, like didn't care about what they looked like, and it was such a good feeling.
It was such a good feeling, and now it just makes me even more like stoked for next year when like things go our way.
When things go our way, when now people know exactly what they're getting themselves in for, a pasta bar, a coffee bar,
right.
a carving station, a roasted corn truck. I'm not over the roasted corn truck. I keep showing everyone that video of
Jackie,
the corn being dipped in the butter.
Like the premium, like you don't understand, you didn't take your wallet out once. The bar was completely open. Girls, we gave out, obviously if you were a Camp Toast patron, you got free merch, so you got shirts and really cute water bottles. People were filling up their water bottles with a bottle and a half of wine each, like multiple times a day.
In case you're wondering how much wine it takes to fill up a Nalgene, it's a bottle and a half.
Right, and we just got our liquor bill and we went through presumably 25 cases of white wine and rosé, and then an entire truck.
25 cases of white wine, 22 cases of rosé, only 3 cases of Pinot Noir. Sorry, Olivia, you tried your best.
And then an entire truck of beer.
Kegs on kegs on kegs. And I'm just so, the toasters, like, first of all, you guys can drink so much and like rally. Like we kept thinking,
no one
like
was
after
over.
the first night, I like drank throughout because it started raining and once you start drinking, it's like, why would you stop? And the next day I was really struggling and I thought everyone else would be too, so we'd be like, take it easy.
No.
Nope.
They were up early. We were trying to make the schedule and we were like, what time should we wake people up? Like we don't want to be annoying, but like we want to have a full day. So we thought 9 was like the perfect time. Bitches were up at 6 a.m. Hey, anybody want to go for a walk?
I don't think anyone actually woke up from my wake up call. I think everyone was already
They were
awake.
up already.
So I got up to do it for nothing.
And the first night really took it all out of me because that's when I lost my voice due to my performance of Celine Dion, Gaston, and then Oh Happy Day from Sister Act.
Gaston.
Took it all out of me.
Took it all out of me.
If you want to watch our performance of Gaston, it's available on our IGTV, but like you really didn't have to be there.
You did.
And I also just feel like we had 100 campers the first year, and we were saying like the camp can technically fill what, 600?
500.
500, but I don't think we would ever want to do that much because like it's such, like the 100 people was perfect. Like I know everyone's name, I know everything about everyone, like I know where they're from, I know their life, and like I really feel like it was just the perfect amount. But we have to make it more because so many people.
We are a business and we're a growing brand.
Right, and we did lose money on this venture, but it doesn't matter.
And if we were going on Shark Tank, like having 100 people 2 years in a row isn't impressive. Growing is impressive. I keep thinking about our business, like in terms of what the sharks would say.
Jackie, that's so weird.
They would literally flip for us.
Totally, because I keep thinking about that, because I heard a rumor that Richard Branson lives in the neighborhood that I just moved into. So
I told you that rumor.
Yeah, so I keep thinking.
And I got it from a legit source.
I keep thinking, what if I run into him? And I'm gonna say, first of all, I loved you on Shark Tank. Second of all, here's my pitch. I run a business called The Morning Shows. We are the fastest growing digital morning show and the only digital morning show. Our concept, it's not revolutionary. It's our audience that makes us what we are. We are a community of millennial females and a couple men, 3 to be specific.
3.
We had 3 men at Camp Toast. They had their own bunk. They became best friends for life. Like, it was so epic.
And they contributed so much. And if you're a man and you're unsure about coming to Camp Toast, it is the place for you, for sure.
Yeah, regardless of sexual orientation. Like, I really felt like when we first started, I was like, girls only, girls only. But that, and obviously gays are included in that. But now I'm just like, anyone who wants to come to Camp Toast, this is exactly what I said. Camp Toast is what you make it. So you come with an attitude, you come with a good time, come with your boyfriend, who cares? Like, we'll give you your own bunk so you can have sex. Like, it's just, it's what you make it.
If you want to come with your man, you can have your own bunk and you can do it that way. But so many of the girls that came, like Lauren Collins, we were talking, and I was like, next year, like, bring your husband, like, you guys can have your own bunk and he can, like, experience it. She's like, no.
No, because she, like, had the most amazing time just, like, being herself and just, like, coming out of her shell. And, like, sometimes
it's better to, like, come alone, put yourself out there. Yes, it's scary, but, like, it's so worth it in the end.
We were going to have Ben and Zach come, and then we were like, hell no. Like, we really just wanted, like, the female energy and, like, the...
And also, like, I was already so spread thin between, like, because I was saying,
oh my God,
I was trying to explain it to people.
I couldn't even entertain Ben.
We were camp directors, camp counselors, and campers at the same time. Like, there was so much work for us to be doing.
Oh, and color war generals.
There was so much work for us to be doing at all times. Like, I couldn't think about, like, someone else who wouldn't have fit into the itinerary.
Totally. Like, and Ben would have been like, let's hang out. And I'd be like, Ben, I'm running a fucking camp here.
Right, and like the two of them sleeping on those beds that we slept on, like they would.
Jackie and I didn't put much thought into our beds, and now I'm wishing that we did because I came back a sore woman from Capture the Flag.
I couldn't walk. I was so grateful that it was raining outside because I was using an umbrella as a cane and like without like looking suspicious.
No, we really needed to just bring, like, we just came with the basics, like a sheet and a blanket. You need an egg crate.
Oh my God, next year I'm doing it so differently. I'm buying like a featherbed, deluxe supreme. Like you guys, you have to invest in sleep. I'm learning that now.
And the more that I think about it, the more that I think this camp concept is fucking brilliant. And I know people are gonna start copying us, and that's fine. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. Just don't forget who did it first. I really feel like in 5 summers, like it's gonna be $1 million business. It's not even about the business. It's just about like the experience, but like from the Shark Tank point of view, like it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, this is just the beginning of something so exciting.
We're already planning Camp Toast 2019 because so many people were so upset like that they missed it. Like, please, we gave you enough time, but I understand.
We gave you more than enough time. We started talking about it in June.
We're gonna give you 8 to 10 months notice because we're already working on Camp Toast 2019. Mark your calendars. Hopefully, Memorial Day weekend, May 2019. I don't want to hear an excuse. I'm giving you have Monday off.
There are no excuses other than it being sold out.
Yeah.
It's just so exciting, and it's like so like nice for us because like selfishly, it's like our dream come true.
Oh my God, because we fucking love camp, and like it's inappropriate to go back as a 25-year-old married woman, but like I don't care.
Right, and like but going for a weekend with all of your online friends, acceptable.
Also, what we need to figure out is we need to just hire a couple straight men to just like exist, because there were about 3 or 4 straight men who worked for the camp that were like our age, and
single,
the toasters,
like, and there were only 2 that were single,
and the toasters that were just like cooped up with girls all weekend. Like by the end, we're just like ready for some action.
Yeah.
And these 2 dudes like had the weekend of their lives.
No,
I know
totally.
for a fact.
No, I know for a fact. So I don't know what the best, like, because I don't want people to come to Camp Toast like just to get, like guys to come like just thinking that they're gonna get laid, because it's like we don't need you until like the end of the night.
Like the poor bartenders who were both married, like one of them got locked in a truck and was like, "Take me away, boys," and he was like, "I'm married."
So we need to like bring in some fresh meat. We'll have to figure out what the strategy is for that.
You know, we just need to hire straight men to just like exist.
Yeah, or it's like you can maybe fill out an application.
Like The Bachelor.
Yeah. It's literally The Bachelor.
We have to figure it out.
But it's Bachelor in Paradise because there's a lot of options. Speaking of Bachelor in Paradise, we're going to get to
all of it.
All of that at the end of the show because there is a lot to break down. But anyways, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who came to Camp Toast and took a chance on some unknown camp directors, because it was so worth it, and I hope you had the greatest weekend of your lives.
I will forever be indebted to the 100 people who took a chance, spent their hard-earned money on something they knew nothing about. Like, did they know there was going to be an omelet station every morning and a pasta station, carve station at night? No, that was just an added bonus. But they spent their money on like literally an experience they knew nothing about, and I'll be forever grateful. And I know that they feel like they got their money's worth, but like I can't thank those girls enough. Like, we will forever be bonded by that experience. Like, I had the most amazing time.
The most amazing time. Someone asked if it's a good place for stale toasters, and Renee, I need you in there letting everyone know.
So Renee, who won MVP, she made a speech that like literally made me want to cry.
Of course, everyone made me cry. I was crying all weekend.
I didn't stop crying.
And laughing.
I didn't stop crying.
And it was like when I came home, I was like drained physically and emotionally because I was just like so emotional.
And I was trying to tell Ben, and I'm like, I can't even talk about it. Like, you just had to be there.
No, I didn't tell. I was just like, all I could say was like, you can't even believe.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. Like,
I was just like showing him videos because I was like, I can't. But Renee was our Stale Toaster. She's a part of the Stale Toasters, which is the older toasters group. And it's just so funny because like when everyone was showing up, they're like, I'm the oldest person here. I'm like, bitch, you're 35. Like, everyone was just like so like concerned about their age, and then by the time they left, they were like, I literally didn't even think of it. Like,
I had no clue how old anyone was.
But Renee was like, I'm a part of a group, and they're all so jealous, but they were so nervous to come because they thought they wouldn't be accepted. And she was like, thank you to all these girls for like not making me think about my age even once. Like, I felt like one of the girls, which is what you are. And she was like, I got married when I was 19, had kids when I was 20, 21, 22, and I never got to experience like college or being a sorority. And it's like, this is my time. And she was just like, and I'm like, same bitch. I got married when I was 21. Like, I wasn't in a sorority. This is my time. Except like, I drink a lot all the time, but you know what I mean.
But because it's you're still in your time.
Because of the toasters.
But anyways, Renee is a grandma and a Sunday school teacher, and I love her so much. Miss Renee.
Renee's watching.
She is watching.
Camp Toast is for everyone. No one cared how old I was.
Just something else about Camp Toast was the birth of Counselor Snitch.
Oh, God.
Who was just a figure that we never knew that we needed in our lives.
Jackie put on this bit like the whole fucking weekend where Margot was her counselor.
Because the first full day of Camp Toast, Margot shows up to breakfast like looking like a straight up counselor.
Oh, is that how it started?
Yes, and I just like she was wearing her counselor shorts, like the Nike running shorts, her Camp Toast shirt, her hair in a pony, like. And she was a counselor, so all weekend, and this is what campers do to their counselors. They're like, counselor, why does it rain? Like asking like
do you have a boyfriend?
what's for dinner, counselor? As if they have like the keys to the universe and they know everything. Counselor, like, or when they're hungover. Counselor, are you sick?
No, like they're so fucking annoying. So that was Jackie the whole weekend. Like every time she needed something, she'd be like, Counselor Snitch. And it was funny, and like then it got annoying.
It was so funny.
It was so funny.
In my head, I just like had this whole bit like written out. Anyways, we came home. She's still a counselor in her track jacket.
Look at her.
And
Sue Sylvester over there.
I'm forever grateful for Cam Toast for bringing us Counselor
for
Snitch,
so many things,
the
but
iconic
yes.
figure that we didn't know that we needed in our lives.
And the Camp Toast Facebook group, like you'd think that camp is over, that like it's done, but no, that video, I mean, that group is like so lit. They're planning a meetup. They're meeting up in Nashville.
They're going to Vegas in January.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. Also,
what was your like favorite part of like one moment that was your favorite part of Camp Toast?
I mean, the campfire the first night was my favorite, like one of my favorite moments.
too.
One, because it was the only time that I drank, so I was like really having fun. And two, I had so many also good heart-to-hearts with people, and like I'm not a big heart-to-hearter, so
You're
like
not.
it's even more meaningful when
And there were s'mores. The s'mores were so good.
the s'mores were so good. It was just like so campy, and I felt like it was just like everyone was really in it, and like people were still arriving, and everyone just got into it immediately, and it was like just a smash success from the jump. But then like the day of activities,
Me too.
Of like when we were on that tube, when we were tubing me, you, and Counselor Snitch, and we were just laughing, crying, peeing,
Like kids.
dying.
And that's, by the way, that exact moment was the impetus behind doing this whole thing, because we're like, why do you have to be a kid to enjoy like those like pure joy, childlike moments? We were on the back of that tube going 100 miles an hour, literally hysterically laughing, our legs were in the air. Like that was just the essence
Like,
of Camp Toast.
Pure joy. And it's like you don't get, like these days you have to either like get a table at a club or like something extreme to like have fun, where it's like this is like you're just breaking life down to its essentials.
It's so
nature, laughter, alcohol, but you know it's made from corn,
optional,
and so it's from the earth.
Yeah.
And it was just such a joyous experience without having to like manufacture very much.
Right. I have two more moments I want to highlight. One is color war, because it was absolutely fucking wild and we got out of control. We learned a lesson, because
it was
Jackie
a high and it was a low.
It was Team Jackie versus Team Claudia, and one of the games that we played at camp is Capture the Flag, which it's a different version of Capture the Flag, but the essence, you have to capture the flag. And it got out of control. Like, everyone was getting out of control, me specifically, and that's really where I lost my voice. And I just need to take this moment to apologize to Havana Childers, because I made her cry because I called her a big fucking cheater. And it was just like in the heat of the moment. Like, she was cheating, but
you know
she didn't
I
know
was
she was
thinking
cheating.
about it this morning. We can't get back into this, but it's like the whole time we were playing, you're accusing our team of cheating, and it's like, we're not, like, we weren't cheating.
It was and by the way, we were on the same side, because I wasn't accusing your team of cheating. It was like there were rules and no one was following them, because the judging.
Or there weren't rules, and so it was like, technically you're not cheating if this isn't a rule, but it shouldn't be okay.
Right. So like, I do apologize to Havana.
It was real, you guys, like, it's funny now, sort of, but at the time. It was
bad.
so intense. And then it was raining. It started pouring, so we had to stop playing because like we didn't want to torn ACL because that would suck ass.
And so we moved inside to play dodgeball, which was much more.
You would think dodgeball would be more intense than
But it was very relaxed.
And we had learned our lesson.
I sat out. I took the emotions out of it. Like, I was good.
And because like it is usually a fat camp, like the dodgeballs were very small and frail, and if you got pegged by one, like it didn't hurt at all, and you couldn't throw them very hard. So it was okay. It was all okay.
It was all okay. I won in the end, which like I just love. It's because I lost my voice like for something, for a cause.
Yeah, that's
And then
true.
I got to crowd surf, which is my dream. I've never crowd surfed.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, have you ever?
I don't know.
I should have crowd surfed at my wedding.
Totally. Ugh, I'm doing like wedding planning now, and like there's just so much like it's like. So many thoughts you have to have, like, about just, like, what your vibe...
Hypothetical scenarios.
What your vibe in life is. It's like, and it's like, I don't fucking know.
And by the way, no matter what you decide, just because you're deciding it in, like, a high tense time, like, it's not even going to be your vibe.
And it's like the colors that I'm choosing, it's like, those aren't my colors as a
Totally.
human.
People are like, what's your palette? I'm like, I don't know.
No, but, like, my palette isn't... Like, you would think my palette is, like, Pliny vibes only pink, but, like, that's not what I'm doing just because, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, like, I'm not getting married to Lisa Vanderpump.
Right, no, it's like, or Elle Woods, like, it's hard.
Right, like I'm getting married to a man, so I have to think about these things. But
maybe we should just become lesbians.
Perhaps.
Just so we can get the weddings that we want.
Totally. Or just like Sue Sylvester, marry yourself.
Yeah, oh, so epic.
She was onto something.
She really was.
Anyways, I think we'll come back to Camp Toast like all the time, but if you were there, I love you so much. I will remember you forever, and if you post premium content on Instagram, I will follow you because I'm loving just knowing what the Toasters are doing in their downtime. Like I followed Samantha Wayne, and it's just like...
Oh my God. The love of my life.
Samantha Wayne, if you're watching, like, we
the
love you
hero
so
of
much.
Camp Toast.
The hero, the unsung hero of Camp Toast.
I could quote her, but I won't.
Don't. Anyways, Camto's 2.0 tickets will be going on sale like in the next month. Just keep your eye out for them because I really think they're going to fly off the shelves because it was that
Proof of
incredible.
concept.
Proof of concept. The concept was proven. The pasta bar was premium.
The price was justified, even more so.
Yeah, but if you were complaining about the price, then gird your
It's
loins
going up.
because it's going up because we undercharge.
Demand.
We undercharge.
That's
you.
the way business works.
And also we undercharge.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, Shark Tank. Which shark? If you could have a deal with any shark.
We've said this twice now. It depends on what my business is, but
It's this business. Actually, I'm going to go Mark Cuban because he's big on tech and he's an innovator.
I was just gonna say Mark because he's tech boy, but it depends. Like if I was making a beverage, I would want Rohan.
Right, but you're not making a beverage.
No. For the toast, Mark.
For sure. Okay, are you ready to get into the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast?
I am. Thank you so much for asking.
You're welcome, sister. We have so many stories today. There's so many Bachelor in Paradise stories that will all be grouped under Group 5.
Okay.
But for now, we're starting with story number 1, Kylie Jenner on the cover of Glamour, being the essence of Glamour. Kylie Jenner claims she doesn't care how pregnancy changed her body because she's an amazing...
The feminist hero we didn't ask for, but we definitely deserve.
We don't even deserve, honestly.
Totally, we're the worst.
We're the worst. Kylie Jenner is loving the skin she's in. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star opened up about her body has changed since giving birth during an interview with Glamour UK. Quote, pregnancy completely changed my body at a super young age, she told the magazine, but I really don't care. This isn't the first time the makeup mogul has discussed her body since welcoming Stormi Webster. The new mom talked about the topic earlier this summer during a YouTube video with her bestie Jordan Woods. While the Kylie Cosmetics head said people assumed she was able to, quote, bounce back super fast after giving birth and that everything was perfect, she also acknowledged that people can get the wrong idea on Instagram.
Totally.
In addition, she said going through these changes at such a young age can be physically, mentally, and emotionally a challenge, although she also described her experience as a, quote, beautiful thing. So I love her so much. She looked incredible on the cover of Glamour.
Her, like, no makeup look is so stunning, like when her freckles show through. I just love her. And I feel like ever since becoming a mom, she's really turning it down on like the Botox, the makeup, and she's just looking so fly.
She's like being her true self inside and out. But you know what's confusing to me? It's like she's still on the cover of like Glamour UK. Like what's wrong with like, she should be on the cover of Vogue. Like truly.
Totally.
On a popularity level, on a success level, like she is all of it. She should
if
be on the cover
Kylie
of Glamour.
on the cover of Vogue, like I would go buy it.
Glamour US, like
Glamour UK is still very prestigious, and their show is international, but they live in America.
No,
I know
but
what
like
you're saying.
she should be on the cover of Vogue, September issue.
Totally.
Next year.
Who was on the cover of Vogue?
Beyonce, and it was like really cool.
Did it come out?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
And now Lady Gaga's on the October issue.
Oh my God, I saw that. I mean, I cannot fucking wait for A Star Is Born last night. A Star Is Born to come out, and last night I was at a Rosh Hashanah dinner, and like people were talking about it. It was like an older and a younger crowd, and like people were just saying like, remake, like giving shit on it.
It's a remake?
Yeah, it's come out 3 times already.
What?
It's like a movie that keeps getting remade. Barbra Streisand was in it, Judy Garland was in it. Like
that's so cool.
Yeah, so it's like, first of all, Lady Gaga speaks for the talent of our generation. I'm fine with that. Bradley Cooper as well. I'm fine with that. Like, I hate when people shit on like millennials doing stuff. Like, leave us alone.
Leave us alone. And like, were you shitting on it when Barbra Streisand remade it?
I'm sure they were actually.
You think? And I mean, you guys, it's like, you have to take this all with a grain of salt because we're incapable of coming up with an original idea, seeing as how everyone just copies The Morning Toast and remakes shows that sucked back in their heyday.
And by the way, you know what I was
So you know what, at least let's make a movie that was good enough to be made 3 times and let's choose some good stars. I'm here for it.
I'm very here for Lady Gaga. Her acting debut, I've heard the movie is phenomenal.
Really?
And honestly, I'm like majorly regretting not filling out that paperwork for SAG a couple months ago because if you're in SAG, you get movies early, and like the paperwork was so much and the fee was $3,000, and I just like wasn't doing it. But if I was, I would be able to be watching A Star Is Born right now. So like, maybe it was worth it.
I want to go to the theater and have the big experience. It really is so different watching a movie in theaters and watching it at home.
I still need to see Crazy Rich Asians.
I saw it last week and it's so good. Like, the level of detail, glamour, everything, romance, like beauty.
Oh my God. We need to talk about Sierra Burgess' Loser. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, add that to the list. Margot, write it down. And we need to do Polka King, but we'll do that sometime.
I don't think anyone watched it.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't see one thing about
Me neither,
it. You
actually.
guys, well, I mean, there was Camp Toast. It was a very busy week. The Toast movie of the week is going to be ongoing until next week. It is The Polka King. Please watch it because it's so fucking
There's
incredible.
a thread in the Morning Toasters about the movie Sierra Burgess, and it is on point.
I didn't watch the thread.
Some girl was
read
like,
the
Sierra
thread.
Burgess' Loser was so much better than to all the boys I loved before. First of all, everyone disagreed, and the poor girl like should have deleted her post, but she didn't, and she stood firm in her opinions, and I'm proud of you. But then people just were doing analysis on it, and it's important. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it, but it's like, here's the thing. We get no good movies, ever. Like, even there's no rom-coms in theaters anymore. That's not a demographic ever since Katherine Heigl just, like, murdered it.
Since she stopped working.
Since she stopped working, like, there's no more rom-coms, whatever. Now we get movies like fucking Table 19, whatever.
Oh my God, the worst movie ever. I just watched that movie on the
Like,
plane.
that's the version of, like, today's rom-com.
27
Like,
Dresses.
right. So, like, there's 3 rom-coms that have come out on Netflix, and they're all amazing. And I'm so tired of comparing them. Like, each one has to be better than the next.
So
Even
true.
to all the boys I loved, it's like, it's better than Kissing with Kitty,
It is,
piece of
but
shit.
yeah.
No, they're all really good. And I like Sierra Burgess is a loser. There were a couple things that didn't, like, add up for me, but I enjoyed it. And that girl, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Veronica, the unsung hero.
She follows Ben. I was like, Ben, follow her back right now.
She deserves, well, I don't know about her, but Veronica, like, deserved everything.
Justice.
Well, okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, back to the stories. Anyways, Kylie is out here just being
The feminist hero.
the feminist hero that we need. And, like,
And this
it's
is just like,
it's so comforting to hear because it's like, yeah, she has an amazing body, but we also all did see pictures, like, from Coachella
Of
last year of
course.
her body having changed.
and
it's
she
like,
shadily admits that she like facetunes her pictures. Good for her.
like, and it's just, it's so refreshing.
It's so refreshing, and no one will give her like the credit that she deserves. And everyone thinks like that the Kardashians are sending feminism back 2 decades on all that bullshit. But like, they have done more for women's bodies in the past 10 years than Atkins has. You know, you know what I mean?
Together. Kardashians and
No,
Atkins.
it's just like no one gives them credit, and people say like they're girls with no talent, they use their bodies, blah blah blah. But like here they are, like talking so candidly about something so many people are ashamed of. Like, please, I'm so here for it. When my body changes, I'm gonna embrace the shit out of it.
Totally.
Because Kylie did.
Did you see their new show on Facebook Watch?
What the hell is it?
Like,
It's basically their Snapchats put together.
it's basically the Morning Toast Kardashian style.
Is it?
Like, it's why do they have a show on Facebook Watch? You have one on E. You get a show on Facebook Watch so you can get a show on E. It's not the other way around.
Those who can't get shows on E get shows on Facebook Watch.
Right. So, like, why? You don't need another show. We're
Totally.
good. Except I watched a review. I was laughing a little bit. Next story, more Jenner news. Brandon Jenner and Leah Jenner split after 14 years together.
I saw.
Wait, that was shocking.
Shocking.
And also their statement was really
Sweet.
weird.
Oh.
I mean, it was sweet, but it was weird because this is what they said, quote, after celebrating 14 beautiful years together, we have lovingly come to the decision to end the romantic aspect of our relationship. We are deeply proud of the life we've cultivated together and are truly grateful for the bond of friendship we hold and cherish today. It is stronger than ever. Even though we have chosen to separate as a couple, we still love one another very, very much and remain a major part of each other's lives as best friends, family, and loving parents to our daughter. So it's like, they're still like they seem like a unit to me. They always have, they always will. They have the exact same interests, their business,
They're definitely
everything.
related.
So it's like, okay, so the only thing that was lost was the romance, but like, how bad could it be?
Well, so
the rest sounds
this statement was so weird because I've heard it before, and it's literally word for word from Logic's statement about his wife
Really?
and Chris Pratt and Anna Faris. They're removing the romantic aspect of their relationship.
That's just so weird to me because if you have the rest of this, like the romance should be like your best friends, partners, business partners, parents, and you're like so in sync, and just like the romance has gotten. Go to dinner, like so. It doesn't make sense. Like this is not.
Go to dinner.
Like
go to dinner.
Like this, I'm not buying this. Like this isn't a legitimate excuse for divorce. I'm
Totally,
saying,
but these
because if you
statements
have all
never
those
are.
things, that's a pretty good marriage.
Totally, but these statements are never like
No, but I'm saying like if you guys think
real
that this
indicator.
gets you off the hook, this type of statement.
Jenna
I'm
Dewan and Channing Tatum. They had the same one.
Right. If you think that that gets you off the hook and that explains something, it doesn't, because so many people in this world would kill to have a relationship like you're describing.
Yeah, but also you don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Right. No, but I'm saying, so it's not this.
Right.
So, and I'm saying, but this isn't. Like this
Jackie,
isn't.
that's just Hollywood. They release statements that it's all just lies.
No, but
someone cheated.
If you're gonna go to the trouble of releasing a statement, like at least give something that it's like people can relate to. We can understand how this could have, like,
now
fallen apart.
I don't want to. Like, this could be like a horrible thing to say, but like, do you think it's Caitlin's fault? I just feel like the family's been through so much. Like, how can any relationship survive?
I was actually thinking the same thing. Like he's been through, like Brandon has been through so much in his life, but
Personally.
like we've seen remember when they were trying to like make them happen on the show? And
By the way,
it wasn't
it kind of worked.
It wasn't the worst idea.
They both have over 1 million followers.
They're like so Instagram.
They're so like photo shoot
Pinterest.
in a field.
Pinterest,
you know?
yeah.
Pinterest. Tumblr.
So, but like these two just seemed like made for each other, like Adam and Eve, made
Yeah.
from the rib.
No, this was very shocking.
So it's just weird.
And I don't think they're famous enough, but I could use some blinds here. Because, like, what's really going on?
I don't think they're famous enough
There
either.
is a blind?
Yeah.
What is it?
He didn't reveal it, but everyone's saying that it's about him because it just came out. And it says, I don't want to say it because then I don't know if it's true, and then it's just me.
Now you're making allegations.
Say it. No, saying it's allegedly.
What is what do you want to read the blind word for
The
word?
blind allegedly says that this B- celebrity offspring reality star came out to his wife, and that's why they split up, but they'll never say it.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be something I could understand.
That must be hard for Leah.
And is he B-?
That's very high.
That's very high, but they do have 1 million.
And like their last name.
Yeah, and they've like been on TV.
I wonder if she'll change her name. I bet she never. I would never change my name.
Ever.
Claudia Jenner. No, Claudia Kardashian would be so much better.
Yeah, and then you'd have to
Change
spell
it
your
to
name
a
with a
K.
K, and you would.
And then I'd become like Russian.
Right, and then you would also be Daudia.
Things happen.
Daudia Dardashian.
Love it. Daudia Dash.
Are you ready for the next story? Because it's wild, and it's
Is
a
it?
little bit of world news coming out of CNN.
Oh.
The woman who helped kidnap Elizabeth Smart will be released from prison.
Are you okay?
No.
You don't understand.
I'm not okay.
When we
All
were
people
kids-
born between the years of 1991 and 1994 are not okay.
When we were kids, and this story came out, like it shook America to the core. Like first, because it was like, first of all, these stories never have happy endings. So like everyone was along for the ride. Like she went missing. They investigated. They found her alive. Like we were there for it all. And when it was happening, like Jackie was not okay. Jackie used to go downstairs in our house. When we lived in a house, we had a big house. There was like 1 million doors in the back. Jackie would lock every door before bed. Like this story, you lost
I
sleep.
was like 8 years old and I was setting the alarms.
Yeah.
Not because no one else would, because I had to do it before I went to sleep, or else I wouldn't sleep.
It was so crazy.
I
like-
lost I wonder how many like years of life I lost in sleep.
You know how many wrinkle lines on your forehead are due to Elizabeth Smart?
Yeah, well, due to Wanda Sykes, this dumb bitch, and
Wanda
Brian
Sykes.
David Mitchell.
Jackie, Wanda Sykes is my favorite comedian
I'm
of all
sorry,
time.
her
and if
name
you
is-
haven't ever seen the Wanda Sykes video on YouTube,
I'm sorry, her name
where
is-
she prank calls the garage about the dump in her car, please go listen to it. That is a turd
I'm sorry.
in my car.
Her name is Wanda Barcy, but I only know one Wanda. and
Don't
it's Wanda.
smear the
I'm
good
sorry.
name
You guys,
of Wanda Sykes, whose
Wanda
greatest role in Monster-in-Law. Wanda Sykes is such an underrated comedian. I fucking love her.
I totally agree. I'm so sorry, Wanda. And this will probably get back to her because
but
everything
wait.
with the toast gets back to everyone.
If you haven't seen Wanda Sykes' Turd in My Car, it's not even a video. You listen
No,
to the audio.
yeah.
My friend Abe showed it to me. Oh my God.
It's like what we used to listen to like, on LimeWire. We would
Yeah.
like download the audio.
It will never not make
back
me pee
when
my
Elizabeth
pants.
Smart was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the woman's getting out.
Here's the story. Elizabeth Smart said Tuesday that the Utah Parole Board's decision to release one of the people who abducted her was surprising and, quote, incomprehensible. Wanda Eileen Barzee wasn't expected to be released for at least another 5 years. However, the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole said it hadn't credited her sentence in the state system with the time she served in federal prison. As such, Barzee, now 72, will leave prison on September 19th.
Holy shit. That's so soon.
So soon.
It's like OJ, like nothing surprises me anymore. But like, why aren't parole people doing their job?
This is horrible.
Horrible.
Like, oh my God. And for all of you out there, and there are so many like people my age, I don't know, but because Elizabeth Smart, I think she was born in 1992, so she's my age. Like, we were shook to the core by the story. It shaped our whole lives. Like, and even after she was found, like, it didn't make it any better. Like,
No, because it was
anyone
that guy
could
that the mom invited into the house to.
anyone could
to
be
something.
snatched in the middle of the night while sleeping with their sister.
Totally.
And then it's like, I didn't want to sleep with my sister because, like, what if he took my sister? Like,
Right.
that's even worse.
But then like you're responsible.
Right, or like, I could probably hack it better than a snitch.
Totally.
Oh my God, this is horrible. Like I
It's
can't
just so
believe
weird
this is
because
just
when
like
people go to prison, like you basically like they're gone.
it's like bye,
But it's like they're not. They could get out.
OJ.
OJ.
That was-
But like technically the parole board did their job because he wasn't in jail for murder.
Right,
He
right.
was in for stealing memorabilia, whereas
So
like
at least he got
how
to go to-
long
at
how
least
long
he-
do you need to go to prison for stealing memorabilia?
And at least he went to prison at all.
Right.
So no, but she's in prison
For what she
kidnapping,
did.
and it's crazy that like kidnapping someone
Jackie,
from
Elizabeth Smart was born in 1987.
really.
Yeah, because she was like 7 years old when she got kidnapped.
I don't know why I just related to her so much. I thought she was
Because
my
her
age.
story happened at your coming of age.
Yeah, for sure.
It was such a wild time in America.
And if I ever see
And it's
Wanda,
also weird that she's like famous. Do you know what I mean?
no, but like she's doing the most with her platform.
Yes.
It's like she's really like committed to her faith, and she's like, it's so crazy. The worst possible thing in her like in life happened to her, and all she does is like give back and like go on missions and like just want to be a better person, like help change the world.
But
and
it
it's
is
like,
weird. Like, how would you categorize Elizabeth Smart? Like, famous kidnappee? Like, it's just weird.
Yeah,
that-
but there are other people like that, like Patty Hearst. Remember? Well, actually, no, that happened way before we were alive.
No, but like John Bonet, but like she's dead. So like.
Right, but then there are also like famous murderers accused,
Right.
Amanda Knox.
Also, like, who killed John Bonet? The brother?
I think the brother.
I can't
believe we still don't know.
I know. And it's like only God knows. And the person who did it.
Totally. I think that, like, when we all die,
we
go to heaven and we find out all the things. Like,
we find out who killed
What
John
were
Bonet.
Solange and Jay-Z talking about in the elevator? Like, we find out.
Yeah. You can ask, like, any question.
What happened at Never Ever Land Ranch?
Did Amanda Knox do it?
I don't really care about Amanda Knox. Like, I don't know.
Do you watch the documentary? You should watch it.
But, like, Casey Anthony, she totally did it.
Oh, that I don't need answers to. I wouldn't waste my question on that. Right.
No, I don't think you get one. I think you, like, find out all the answers to the universe.
But say you only got 3 questions.
Oh, shit. Okay. Jay-Z. Even though, like, I feel like I know, but
yeah.
No one really knows. This is too hard. I need to think.
Yeah, okay. And also, like, we're so not that type of, like, there's so many podcasts about, like, conspiracies and murders and all this stuff, and it's like, let's leave it to them.
No, this is not the place for it. Go listen to Darren Karp's Martinez and Murder.
Right, but she thinks, every time she comes on the show, I ask her who killed John Bonet, just in case she has some new information, and I think she goes, like, she won't say it, especially not on her show, because, like, they're an oxygen show, and you can't just, like, throw out random accusations, but I think she's going brother on this one.
Ooh.
Okay, our 4th story, in a little bit more world news, that's just really exciting for all brands and space, and, of course, Elon Musk, therefore. Corporate sponsors could help NASA keep pace with private space companies. Doesn't sound like an interesting headline.
Not at all.
Space exploration ain't cheap, even if you're funded by one of the richest countries on Earth. To raise some extra cash, NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine says the space agency will start looking into whether corporate sponsors could buy naming rights or brand placements for its spacecraft, or whether astronauts could appear in commercials. So, like, the rocket that goes to Mars could be called, like, the Elon Musk or the Morning Toast. Like, we could buy
how much
the brand. I mean, they need like probably billions, but like Amazon could buy the rocket.
They will.
That launches into space.
They will.
Apple.
They will. Or Tesla.
They could shape it like an apple.
That'd be cool.
But Tesla does their own space, so I don't think they would buy
competition.
NASA.
It's competition.
Yeah.
I'm really like.
But I guess it would be between Amazon and Apple because, as we reported,
they're both $1 trillion.
They're both at $1 trillion, so I guess they could spare $1 billion on this.
I think I'm done with Elon Musk.
No. Why?
I've lost hope in him. He's out of control.
I haven't. And especially, like, we were talking this weekend, someone from the Toast, because they're obviously, like, the most prominent members of society, works at SpaceX.
And they say nobody's worried.
Elon's fine. The kids are all right.
I don't know. I'm not getting good vibes. You see that GIF of him smoking a joint on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, but...
what is the Joe Rogan podcast?
I don't know, but
it's always #1 in our category, and everyone's always going on it.
We should probably listen to it. Like, I'd be curious to hear
what is...
What is #1? Well, if it's in our category, then it's Colmic.
Right.
You know?
It's just, everyone's always going on it. And, like, why haven't we been invited?
I mean, if Elon's on it, like, I understand if we need to, like, prove ourselves a little more before we're on it.
That's true.
Like, he's going to Mars, and we're going to the Poconos.
Sounds more prestigious to me.
I totally agree. Anyways, I think that's pretty cool. Like, NASA, like, private and public coming together.
Like, NASA confuses me. Is it a company or is
government.
it the government?
It's the government. And that's why I think what Tesla does is really cool because
it's like
from
private.
what I understand, it's private and they're...
Well, no, they went public, but it was.
No, but it's private, like it's...
Yeah, it's not, I know what you mean. It's not government.
It's not government. And when the government does stuff, it's always like slower.
But NASA's legit.
And more expensive. But NASA's legit as hell, but they require a lot of money. But you know what? I'm happy to know that some of my taxes go to NASA. I feel like more should. Like,
no, like I'm more than happy for my taxes to go to NASA.
Yeah.
But like, can I allocate the other taxes? Oh my God, I have to pay my taxes.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say you have to pee. And I was
No,
like, there's no
I
time
do.
for
I have
that.
to go to the bathroom
There's no
so
time
bad,
for that on the show.
Because I'm drinking tea today because of my voice.
Wow.
No, there's no time for that.
No. Anyways, I look forward to seeing what corporate sponsors, and also I was reading, like, basically NASA has been so averse to private companies in the past, even when talking about M&Ms, they would call them candy-covered chocolates. Like, they would never give any brand play, but now, like, the brand is in play. Interesting. Which is very exciting for many brands.
Candy-coated chocolate.
I wonder if, like, a foreign company could buy the name.
Def not, no. This is American built. American made. That would be crazy if, like, BMW.
That would be a BMW rocket.
That'd be cool, though.
That would be cool. I'm here for anyone.
We need a Cadillac,
any
a Jeep.
brand, Jeep, Ford, any brand that wants to contribute to our space exploration.
Why not?
Let's go.
We gotta beat the Russians.
The more people on Mars, the less people on Earth.
We gotta beat the Russians.
The less traffic.
So true. There's no traffic on Mars.
No, but still, I couldn't move. I'm too much of a homebody.
Me too.
I would be too homesick for Earth.
No, I would need an egg crate on Mars.
I feel like, but with all the gravity, like you wouldn't even.
That's true.
I legit have
I
bed
would be
sores.
so skinny. I don't weigh anything on Mars.
No, you wouldn't even have to like worry about weight. Honestly, what are we still doing here?
Totally.
Also, I have the craziest bruises from Camp Toast, like a color of bruise I've never had before, and I just want to thank my sister Claudia for it.
I did give it to her.
She did. Accidentally, with a little golf cart accident.
I made like a little sharp turn on the golf cart, and Jackie
the handle
like
dug into my side.
And then Jackie was screaming, so I had to stop in the middle of a hill, and then we were going uphill. And then once I pressed on the gas, it was bad. I can't, honestly, it gives me the biggest pit. I can't even go into it. I think about that all the time, how I could have killed all my sisters and Zoe Squirtle.
But we didn't, and we're all here to tell the tale of the amazing weekend at Camp Toast.
But we almost weren't.
Okay, now it's time for the Bachelor in Paradise recap. There are 3 news stories that have emerged this morning, and the first one, I don't even know which one is more shocking than the next. The first one I think is the most shocking.
Wait, it's 11/11, make a wish.
Ooh. Always the same wish. You need to wish for more tangible items.
Me too.
Like, I hope a Gucci bag arrives on my doorstep.
Right. Like, I hope that I make, like, good poops today, you know?
Right, and then you'll know. Actually, good is still subjective.
Right, because, like, soft or hard, totally.
Gucci is Gucci. Please, no counterfeits, you guys. Okay, Bachelor in
Please,
Paradise.
God, no counterfeits.
Bachelor in Paradise's Jordan Kimball is blindsided by Jenna Cooper's alleged affair. Quote, I feel sick. Do you know this story?
No.
Claudia.
Margot was trying to explain it to me.
It is actually shocking.
So they got engaged.
They got engaged on Bachelor in Paradise. They, like, for him, it was love at first sight. For her, she, like, you know, had to play with Benoit's little French baguette for a little bit, then came back to Jordan. And now someone in Jenna's life sent text messages to Reality Steve. Of course, like, People is way too classy to publish the text messages. Snitch Willie pulled them up, and basically, she was like dating someone before she went on the show. She went on the show, and now the guy's watching the episodes with Jordan. They're professing her love for each other, and she sends him this whole long Megillah, like, good morning, handsome. Like, I'm so sorry for what you've been seeing on the show this week. Like, just know I don't like Jordan, let alone love him. Like, I'm just doing this for my business. You know how much I need the money. Like, when it's all over, like, I'll end it in a way that makes him look bad. Don't worry. And it's like, he just went on, like, they had a wedding date. He's so, like, he's the purest man.
That's what I said.
On the show. And the way, so then, like, these text messages came out on Reality Steve yesterday morning. And he found out about it, like, literally in his car. And then, like, People Magazine called him, and he literally just starts rambling. This is what he said.
Who? Jordan?
Jordan. Oh. Jenna said, these are not true. Please respect my privacy. I'm focusing on my relationship.
Wait, but the Toasters did do a deep dive into the text messages, and they like zoomed in that, like, they look layered and that it could be photoshopped. That's all I'm saying.
I once saw the Toasters do a deep dive on something where they found their layers of a tweet, and it was a totally legit tweet.
Also, like, if you're gonna make a fake text message, just like make it on your phone and screenshot it.
Right. I'm not buying that. Period. Jordan says, quote, it felt like a body drop. I got taken down. I'm weak in the knees, and I feel like I have rocks in my stomach. And I don't want to read her statement and not even give it time of day. On Monday, I saw something that someone posted on Twitter that somebody was going to be roasted the next night, says Kimball. Reality Steve had said that. Jenna called me and said she was very anxious about this Twitter post. I talked to her in the middle of the night last night. I said, don't hype yourself up. Don't worry, you have nothing to worry about. I tried to calm her down. I went back to bed for a few hours, woke up, had my coffee, and she called me again and said she was feeling anxious and sick to her stomach. She's in New York. I told her to keep calm. I thought she was just being nervous for no reason. Then I was driving back to Central Florida from Miami, and I started getting calls from castmates like Chris. I started getting screenshots sent to me. I didn't know what to think. I sat in my seat. I know my Jenna, and I read those texts, and in my heart, I know it's her. She was saying she didn't do it, but hinting towards the fact that there's a possibility that it happened. In all reality, I don't expect her to own it. And honestly, I totally, like, can see that. Like, if I read text, like, if someone showed me a text message that you sent, like, you know how someone, how they use comments, how they use exclamation points.
If I sent it, it would just say LOL.
Right, or
OMG.
Yeah, no, like I don't.
I feel like
you can get someone's vibe totally.
You know, and the way they use, like, punctuation, the words they use, good morning, comma, handsome, like, I'm sure she sent that to him.
That's like a very weird specific thing to say.
Right, and so this is totally insane. She's a con artist. Like, she has all these men, like, invested in her. She's like a master manipulator for her business, which, like, is...
What's her business?
Well, her Instagram handle is Jenna Cooper Fit, so I'm assuming she's a trainer.
Good luck.
But, like, I don't know how going on Bachelor in Paradise and being, like, drunk and stupid the whole time, like, really helps promote your business. And I'm so glad that she's being aired out to dry, because so many people on The Bachelor do go on for the wrong reasons, but now they're the right reasons, just to promote your business, maybe fall in love, cool if it happens.
She's so blatant about it.
And she was just so blatant, and, like, she really just chose, like, the nicest guy and just used him.
But she's kind of smart because when we came into the show, like he was the devil and everything he did was wrong, so that no matter what happened, she was gonna look like the nice sweet blonde girl and he was gonna be like the male model.
Totally.
Now it's like making a lot of sense, like why she chose him.
And also because he was ride or die for her, even when she was going on dates with other guys, he was always there for her. So if she wanted to get engaged in the end, like he was the perfect person because like he was so in love with her.
So are they engaged still?
I mean, like
Unclear?
it was unclear at the time that people spoke to Jordan.
But
I
so
would imagine no.
Last night was the reunion.
Yeah,
so
and
it was already taped.
It was filmed a few weeks ago. He asked Chris Harrison to officiate their wedding at June 9th, which would have been the start of the next season of Paradise. Like he was down to get married, choosing like caterers, like, and he had said so many times on the show, like he only is going to propose once in his life.
Hold on. Washington D.C. The capital is calling me.
Oh my God, Washington
Hello,
D.C.
Mr.
is
President.
always spam.
It's recording.
Anyways,
I just wanted to make sure, like, you know.
It's always spam at Washington, D.C., but they want you to think that
It's Trump.
Trump, or like the Secretary of State.
Condoleezza.
Snitcherson.
Mrs. Clinton.
Rex Snitcherson.
Or maybe it's Mrs. Iglesias.
Anyways, this is really like actually so crazy, and the fact that it was posted on Reality Steve, and then Snitch and I were talking last night, and she was like, "How come this isn't on E! News? Like, where is it?" And I was like, "Well, they regard the Reality Steve like the Morning Toast. Like, they never give it the shine that it deserves." Right. But because Jordan commented on them, like now it's a story, now it's on E! News, now it's everywhere, and like
poor Reality
I never
Steve
thought
always
it would.
Getting shafted.
But like because the book was closed on it last night at the finale, I never thought anyone would address it, and like that it would just go the way.
That's why they should do live reunions.
Right. And
like the fact that all this happened and then the reunion didn't address it, like
they're just
sucks.
they're not in tune with what's necessary. Even though they only filmed the reunion a few weeks ago, they're trying to keep it as close to reality as possible.
I mean, they fucking film Bachelor in Paradise for 3 weeks, and then they're also going to film the reunion 3 weeks out. Like so much happens in such a short amount of time.
And
it
with
almost
social
seems
media,
unfair.
like it's so crazy. So the reunion last night, like Bibi came on last week, and it's like crazy. We never even got to like recap it because then Camp Toast happened, and she said like so much crazy shit happens at the reunion. And there was some crazy shit. Like first of all, Camille broke up with Annalise like on air, which is like. The whole time watching them on...
Camille and Annalise, are those girls?
No, Camille is a man.
Oh.
K-M-I-L.
Oh, Camille.
Camille,
and
like he's like the social media whatever. And then I actually went to his profile, and he has a lot of followers, and he's like a model. And so at first I thought he was just like a random guy on the show, so like Annalise like begging him to date her like made sense. But like he's like with Wilhelmina. I think he like walked in Fashion Week. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah. So he's kind of like going to be a hard one to nail down. So she chose she chose the wrong guy. Anyways, he broke up with her on the show, which was like kind of sad for her because all she wants is to be married, and like she would literally marry anyone on that stage.
On the show.
But like. Even watching the show, like I could tell you they weren't going to end up together. So like if she didn't see that coming, like
that's on you.
I'm sorry, sister, that's on you. Then Kendall and Joe. I felt so Kendall broke up with him. Then she landed and she was like, I miss him. She flew to Chicago, brought a camera crew with her. They're filming in an apartment.
Thirst monster.
And it literally felt like the beginning of a porno. The acting was so bad. And
the
it was
actress.
like they were sitting on the couch, and it's like he's not an actor. He's like a grocery store Joe. And now he's acting with this girl. Like it was so uncomfortable. Like and people are like, I'm crying, Joe and Kendall. Like, why are you crying? Because like the way acting has fallen.
She's
like
so inauthentic bringing a camera crew.
She's so inauthentic. And it's like, this is what happens on Bachelor in Paradise. I figured it out. You go to Bachelor in Paradise. It is a Russian roulette of love. Maybe you'll find love, you probably won't. Even if you do find love, you wait until the end to find out if the entire time the person was faking it or not. Because that's what, like, on the last day of Paradise, people go to fantasy suites, they have to have conversations about their life after Bachelor in Paradise, and people just break up because they're like, I'm not really feeling it. So it's like, even when you think you're in love, which is a hard place to even get to on Bachelor in Paradise, it's like, am I dating an actor? And
one never knows.
One never knows. And I mean, the most shocking breakup was Astrid and Kevin.
Shocked. Okay, so I don't watch, but I keep up with just like the storylines, and I love Kevin and Astrid. And then I saw her tweet something, and I was like, what does this mean?
What did she tweet? Oh, I don't even think to look on Twitter.
She was like, I know you guys feel bad for me, so follow me on Instagram so I can make ad money.
I love you, Astrid. I love you so much. She got so many followers. She started the season with like 30K.
Yeah.
Now she's at 264.
Oh, wow.
Since last night. They got back together. Thank the Lord. I'm so happy.
Why did he do that?
I think, okay, his reasoning sort of made sense. And what she said, she's so well-spoken and articulate and fucking normal, I can't understand. Because so many people come on the show and, you know, they break, like, the lead breaks up with them, they're number 2, and they're like, well, when I watched it back, I totally understood why they, you know, their connection, and it really helped me get through the breakup. And she was like, I was excited to watch the breakup back because I thought I might get some answers.
Closure.
She was like, I got no answers, and I really now need to hear it from him. They had been talking and together, like, since the show, and Toasters had seen them at a pool together in North Carolina, which just seems like a random place to meet, but whatever. And so I knew that there was like communication there, so I hadn't totally given up hope. But she was like, we've been in limbo since the show because like the trust is broken, which it is. So yes, they're like still together, but like how can you just jump back into something when you thought you were rock solid, when Jackie O thought you were rock solid, and then Kevin just pulls the rug out from under you. So what he said was he won his season of Bachelorette Canada, and then he won Bachelor Winter Games with Ashley I. So
crazy.
He was like, when Chris Harrison came and said fantasy suite, like those two words to him were basically like PTSD. Like he was like, I never should have gotten to the fantasy suite with Ashley. I was a big mistake. And when I went into the fantasy suite, he said this before, when he went into the fantasy suite with the Bachelor at Canada, he left with even more doubt than when he came in. So I think he thought going into the fantasy suite with Ashley was going to be like an automatic curse. And so he like had to end it before he could go in. Like it's like he couldn't do it. So I kind of understood that. He's been like so open about
So like, do you think they've had sex?
Oh, I think they had already had sex.
Okay.
Because you can have, like, there
in their smush rooms.
are queen beds. So I think it wasn't about the sex for them. It was about like the taking of the relationship to the next level. And he was like, I came to paradise with baggage, and that wasn't fair to Astrid. And like, oh my God, she's just so perfect. And
Is
so
he a firefighter?
Yes.
I love him.
And so now he's like a firefighter, so he has like a hot ass job, but he's also like a celebrity in Toronto.
Local.
And so it's like he gets the influencer benefits while also like having a 9-to-5
Saving lives.
that is sexy as hell.
Totally. And you get a pension if you're a firefighter.
And so like now they can go be the king and queen of Toronto.
And BB said she's not married to Tampa. She's really looking to relocate.
And you know what? I'm looking to relocate to Toronto also. So call me, you guys. Maybe we can like do a timeshare. I love them so much, and I know that Astrid has watched the show a few times, and I hope that she's watching now.
Make it work.
I'm so happy
for
you
us.
guys.
Make it work.
And I so appreciate them not getting engaged last night. Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying to Margaret. Like, that's how you know it's somewhat real. Because I would say maybe like only Carly and Evan. Yeah, only Carly and Evan are a couple who actually got married after getting engaged in Paris. Okay, sorry, 2. Yeah, there's 2 now. How many? Probably what? 15? Remember Lace and Grace?
Right. No, there's probably been like 8 engagements.
Amanda
and you know
Josh.
what? Marcus and Lacey did sort of get married-ish. It was all really fishy, but like they had a really cute relationship.
Smoke and mirrors.
No, but like they weren't a fake relationship. They really gave it a go, and I consider that a real a success almost.
Same.
And then Raven and Adam are just like the greatest love story of our time, and the fact that they refuse to like hoe themselves out on television
makes me think it's real.
Makes me know that it's even like more real. And Margot and I were talking about this last night. Like they should have gotten engaged in Paradise, but they don't need to because he's a prominent businessman, so like he doesn't need the Neil Lane ring.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, getting engaged on TV can give them each a couple 100,000 more Instagram followers, which is just good in the long run. You just never know how these things are going to go. But I really appreciate them just taking their relationship at a normal pace.
And they're so young. Like, let them live.
Yeah, and they're living.
For right now, it's normal.
And they're living.
That was like when Caitlyn and Sean, after The Bachelor, everyone was like, when are you getting married? And if you think about it, like they've only known each other for 2 years.
Well, 3 years.
Well, now, no, I'm saying, but like back then, everyone's like, you're not getting married, and it's like, let them live.
For sure. But 3 years now, like.
No, now they can get married.
It's crazy
I'll
that
allow
like
it.
when Caitlyn and Sean met, like I didn't know Zach, so in that time, like we've had a very long relationship, been engaged, like you know what I mean. So I'm ready for you guys.
It's just like everyone, like Lauren and Ari, like they will have known each other for a year when they get married.
And that's beautiful.
Lovely. I love them.
But also The Bachelor is like, not The Bachelorette so much, but The Bachelor in Paradise. Like, it's an accelerated timeline. I mean, you see everyone without makeup at their worst, their smelliest. So like, if you fall in love with them for real, you love them for who they are.
Yeah, if you can love them in Mexico, you can love them at home.
If you can love them with crabs, you can love them at home. Next Bachelor story that broke this weekend was Amanda Stanton was arrested for domestic violence in Vegas at a lit-ass bachelor party. And she has released a statement. Okay. So the story came out yesterday that she was at a bachelorette with, I mean, it looked so fun.
Lauren was in
Fergie's. Were Fergie's?
No,
yeah.
They live in Vegas, but I don't think they were there.
Okay, with Lauren B. It looked so
Their
fun.
friend Chelsea.
Their whole weekend was so fun, and they kept saying, like, why don't we come to Vegas more?
Now you know why.
Now you know why. And apparently there was a noise complaint. Security came up to the room.
In their hotel room.
Security came up to the room. I should probably be reading this from the statement.
The whole thing is so fuzzy and weird.
Amanda's boyfriend answered the door, and he was trying to talk to security, and I could so see, like, myself doing this. Amanda, like, pushed him out of the way to, like, you know, reason
Let
with
me
them.
talk.
But
and
I
she
guess
was drunk.
Her shove,
They said it was such a strong shove
set off
that
some
they
red
felt
flags
inclined
to
call the police.
And then she got arrested.
So let's give the facts.
90-pound Amanda Stanton got arrested
90
for
pound,
shoving
5 foot Amanda
her
Stanton,
6'5" boyfriend.
who somehow shoved 2 babies out of her little legs. She is being brought up on domestic violence charges to a 6 foot, probably 250 pound man. Explain.
It defies the laws of physics, but you know what? It's like how moms can lift babies, like cars off their babies' adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the Vegas Bachelorette fervor.
The whole thing makes no sense. She, like, looks so pretty in her picture. And honestly, like, everyone's like, this is a big scandal. Like, it's kind of, like, not that it's funny. Not that domestic, it's not funny. But it's like, she like issued an apology, like, why? We don't care. You didn't do anything to us.
And also, it's a what happens in Vegas could have, should have, would have
Like,
stayed in
this
Vegas.
is so relatable.
No, it honestly
The only thing I
is.
feel bad for is like she has like a nasty ex-husband, and like this gives me like Bethany vibes.
Does
like,
she have a nasty ex?
They do not get along.
I thought that they co-parent really well.
They don't speak.
Oh, but like I feel from what I've seen.
So I just hope that he doesn't use this as like
against
leverage in something. But if this has no repercussions on her custody, like I think that this is like funny and just like hilarious.
Really, like this is a Vegas story. Like the crazy shit happens in Vegas. This is her statement though. Quote, Amanda is embarrassed and ashamed this happened and sincerely apologizes to hotel security and the Las Vegas Police Department. Amanda is a gentle, respectful person who has never gotten physical with anyone under any circumstance. He explained, quote, that evening she had a few drinks at a bachelorette party and when hotel security asked her and Bobby to quiet down, she got a bit rambunctious. Amanda gave Bobby what she thought was a playful shove. Hotel security did their job and reported the incident to the police, who in turn did their job. Even though her boyfriend, Bobby Jacobs, assured the police it was not an ill-intended shove, the police still had to do their job, which Amanda completely respects and understands.
But like, if Bobby didn't want to press charges, move on.
But I guess since there were witnesses, I don't know.
It's not illegal to shove someone. This whole thing is so weird, and I feel like there's something they're not telling us because these facts make no sense.
But if this truly is all the facts, like, everyone watch her shoves. Like,
and then she Instagrammed on a jet with him. Like, they're fine.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know, but if you're...
It's like if you see her on TV, you know how small and frail she is, but then if you see her in person, like, she's even more... Her hair is bigger than her face. Like, she is so small and frail, like, she cannot even hurt someone if she tried.
No, like, physically, the story defies the laws of physics. But I hope I
just hope people aren't hard on her, and I hope she doesn't, like, have a pit. Like, obviously she does.
She obviously has a
Because, like,
pit.
everyone's talking about it, and there's so many people, like, who, like, gun for her. Like, Robbie leaving a comment, and, like, Josh Murray, like, there's so many people, like, because she's, like, so pretty and, like, nice. Like, people hate her, obviously. And I just feel like now people are gonna, like, love to use this as, like,
For sure.
a weapon.
But, like, crazy shit happens in Vegas on bachelor parties, and if you've ever been, you know what we're talking about. And so if this is, like, the worst thing that you could have done, like, a shove.
But, like, you and Bobby are fine. Like, you're fine.
And your mugshot is glam.
No, her contour looks so good. Her eyes look, like, a little wonky, but her hair is on fleek.
No, she looks drunk, but
Yeah.
she should be. She's in Vegas on a bachelor party.
No,
If
she
you're not
looks
drunk,
cute.
what are you doing there?
Totally. If you got a mugshot, would you smile?
It depends how drunk I am.
Right.
Like, I might
Presuming
be so
you are
drunk
drunk.
that I'm like, oh, a picture. But also, my drunk smile, I never smile with teeth anyway.
You gotta do, like, a little...
Yeah, I would definitely, like...
Smirk.
I would look so fucked up, because I already look so fucked up in pictures.
And
even
that
when
lighting.
Even when I drink a little.
Yeah.
Like, just one eye's going
No, I would
crazy.
go, like... I'd go like this.
But it wouldn't look like... In your head, it would be that,
Totally.
but it wouldn't look like that.
No, but, like, I would try to be
No,
like this.
Mine would truly be like this.
Yeah, it would. I feel like that's classic. That's like Luann. Like, that's
Yeah.
classic mugshot face. Like,
There's a reason why all these mugshots look the same. And it's like, I'm sure Amanda Stanton once was looking at Lindsay Lohan's mugshot with her friends, talking about what their mugshot face would be.
it could be us.
And here it is. You have no time to plan it. And I feel like you don't know when, I feel like you think you're gonna be against like a certain wall and this is mugshot now, but it happens faster than you think. Almost like at the DMV. It's like,
you go to the side too, which like, thank God I got this surgery because I would not want my mugshot from the side before my Sharon Giese neck lift.
but now you're mugshot ready.
Yeah.
Cutie.
Look.
Okay. And our third Bachelor-related story, the Bachelor star, used loosely, Bekah Martinez is pregnant.
Knew it.
The Bachelor person who went on the show, not star, has been dating Grayston Leonard for 7 months, announced her pregnancy Wednesday. Quote, I was in disbelief and thought, is this really happening, she told Purell. I immediately called Grayston and then we went across the street to the Dollar Tree and bought 2 more pregnancy tests. They, of course, were both positive. So she's 20 weeks pregnant.
She's 22 years old.
She's 22 years old. And she thinks she's Kylie Jenner with her YouTube video announcement. No one cares that much. Maybe this will stop her from being so... Actually, I don't even want to talk about her.
I said that tomorrow. I so don't care.
Yeah, I know you guys wanted us to talk about this. So many people, I had it in my
I told
inbox
you, like,
so
I
many times this morning.
literally, I gave you subliminal messages for the past few months. We knew she was pregnant, and that's it.
It started in the toasters.
Like everything good does.
Like everything good does. And I don't follow her. I don't keep up with her. Congratulations on this very happy time in your life.
Cool.
What's next? Rahoni,
Okay, part 3.
part 3.
So,
And I also watched Luann on Watch What Happens Live. I didn't even finish it. It was so boring and uninteresting.
yeah, she dodges. She's a professional dodger. If you could dodge
but
a
also-
wrench, you could dodge a question if you're Luann.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge Luann.
Yeah.
Also, Andy wasn't in tune all across
And
the
like,
board.
it was
And Jerry
another
O'Connell
guest.
should not have been there.
Yeah, it should have been a one-on-one. It should have been like Teresa
serious,
and Joe.
and it should have been serious. It should have been like when Bethy came back to Housewives after her hiatus. Like,
Dun dun. No, it was weird.
These
like,
are
it was
their
so
stories.
not serious.
It was and no one was taking it seriously, and all the Giovannis, like,
it was stupid.
It wasn't done the way I would have done it.
I thought the way that Bravo spliced up the reunion was weird. Like, in this last episode, them talking about Tinsley and Sonia, which happened at the beginning of the season, I didn't even remember. Like, that's reunion part 1 material.
Yeah.
They had the best reunion as part 1.
Well, I appreciate them doing that so as not to, like, drag it out, and I'm going to watch part 3, whether it's the best or the worst. No, like, in general. Like, I'm always going to watch the whole reunion. Like, even if sometimes it is, like, the small things that I find to be the most interesting anyway. So I hate when they, like, keep teasing the big thing, and then it's, like, to be continued.
Tiny.
So I appreciated that 1 and 2 were juicy, and 3 was more so, like, tying up some loose ends, and it was the big showdown between Carol and Bethany. Career, booyah, bitch.
Booyah, bitch.
Booyah, bitch. Like, how can people dispute facts? And you know what? It's like, I understood what Carol was trying to say in a weird way. She was saying Bethany said he tried to set me up that night, but apparently it was 5 days later. But it's like, Bethany tried to set you up. She's a decent person. She's running the largest private nonprofit in history. Sorry she doesn't have time to set up your sad ass.
Carol trying to compare, like, her fake screenshots with, like, the actual text messages between Bethany and Red Scarf was so stupid that I'm glad
she had the text messages from Red Scarf, the screenshots, which can be edited, deleted, removed, and taken out of context, while Bethany was on the other end of them.
That was so stupid. And when they were all doing their regrets, and Carol, like, roundabout didn't have one, like, that was annoying. Like, I wish someone called her out.
Yeah.
She was like, like, I tried to make the friendship work, and, I'm sad about that.
She didn't. Bethany was the one always crying.
That's the whole fucking point.
She steals Bethany's lines. You're not that interested in me. Bethany said that first, like, and get off my jock. Are you you have not one original line, writer girl?
No, this whole reunion, Carol made her narrative, like, I tried so hard to make the friendship work, but, like, we watched the season. Michael Rappaport said it best. Like, Bethany gave it her all, and Carol was not interested, and that's it. So now she's taking on that role, like, yeah, I tried to make it work. Like, no, you didn't. Bethany did.
And the exact same lines. Like, that's plagiarism, writer girl. I can't and I shan't.
And, like, the whole Adam thing, like, I could not care less.
Oh, my God, I couldn't care less.
I'm so uninterested in their relationship.
They talk about it like it's some great love. Like, Adam, it's so weird to me the way that they talk about it. Like they're still in each other's lives and blah, blah, blah. Like, they met in Luann's kitchen. Like, it was a nice lay. Let's move on, Oh,
apparently, Bekah M. shaded us on Reddit. She said, fuck the morning toes and fuck the dumb bitch who went on Eaton after I told her I was pregnant.
I told you that before the show.
Bekah, fuck you too. We don't care.
We don't care. I'm so happy for your pregnancy. Like,
yeah, cool.
I'm so happy about it.
Oh, man, I was just going to quote Romy and Michelle, but I won't. Back to Real Housewives of New York, more important info. Carol is selling her lingerie on Poshmark, used.
Well, back in the day when I used to be a fixture on Poshmark, and I really miss it, it's just so much work for so little reward. Carol was on it. She's been on it since I was on it, and, like, she was selling everything. Like,
it's just like, I feel like...
and it's not fair for Bethany to say, like, that she doesn't have a career when she's
selling her used lingerie
on Poshmark.
No, it's just like, you can't even begin to compare the two.
No, and so
like, Bethany's flying private to Mark Cuban's birthday party in Dallas with all the other sharks, while Carol's at home photographing her used lingerie.
No, and, like, Carol saying, I could stack my resume up to Bethany's any day, and then Bethany going to do that, and then people are like, we shouldn't be career shaming. Where were your career shamers when Carol shamed Bethany's career? And that Insta live of her friend being like skinny girl, and then Carol saying she's unhinged. Bethany's not unhinged. Like,
no, also, like, I'm not here for the war on the word skinny or diet. Like, okay, great. You don't have to be skinny, but if you want to, drink skinny girl. Like, it's not like she's saying everyone has to be skinny girl. Like,
right.
It's an option. I'm so not here, like, okay, you can't use the word diet anymore, but why? Like, what if I want to choose to go on a diet?
No, and diets, like, are very important to a lot of people. They can help you change your whole life, save lives.
Health.
If you've ever watched My 600-Pound Life.
It's just, like, I'm not here for everyone, like, feeling like that they have to be skinny, but, like, if you want to be skinny, great. It's an option for everyone.
Also, you know what was so funny that we never talked about? When Carol talks about how Bethany's age shaming her, which is not a thing, and Bethany didn't even do that if that is a thing. But it's funny how on Younger this season, they had a whole episode about age shaming, like, and how, like, it was literally a joke when Liza was like, they're age shaming me, like, just to, like, throw, like, them off her back. Right. So it was funny that two things about age shaming. One, where it's like clearly a joke. This isn't a thing. And Carol's really trying to say that Bethany is an age shamer. And Dorinda calling Bethany a bully was like, what's wrong with you? Like,
this is when people get out of control, because then when people really get bullied, they compare it to Bethany telling Carol she has no career. Like, that's not bullying.
That's not bullying.
It's just
like,
facts.
If you have a job, like, then Bethany wouldn't say that.
Yeah. No, if you have a job, you have a job. If you don't, you don't. It's not a bullying thing. It's just stating facts.
Stating of the facts. Anyways, I'm very upset that Rahoni's over. Like
me too. But they started filming again. Did you see who the new housewife is? They didn't announce it, but it was on Underground Blogs.
I think you told me.
Her name is Barbara. I know her. She's wild. She's perfect for the show. She's a friend of Luann, so that'll be interesting to see the dynamics.
It's like I look forward to this fresh blood, but I personally don't think that we need it. I think there was still so much there.
Especially because so much was left unsaid with Luann.
And like between Dorinda and Luann and Ramona and Bethany, like they will never, like it's just gonna be a battle. And that's the problem we're having on OC right now. It's like we really don't, we can't take any fresh blood. The wounds are too deep and too old for you to be bringing in Gina and her husband who's not around.
OC is so bad. It's horrible.
And there's no saving it.
They need to cut the cord.
But so you think they should just cancel it? I don't know. What if they clean slated and brought in like Amanda Stanton or Adrena Patridge?
That is the only way they could win me back.
I totally agree.
It's so bad. Like I record it and I don't even watch it. It's so bad. And when it's on, I find myself like literally like being on a 30-minute phone call.
When Vicky went on that walk with Gina and they discovered that Gina is the same age as Vicky's daughter, that summed it up for me. They have no business being on the same show. Either go OGs or bring in fresh blood, but putting the two of them together, it's oil and water. Like,
I couldn't agree more.
It makes no fucking sense. And I didn't watch this past week of Dallas, but I caught up and I'm up to where you are. Did you watch the newest episode?
I watched it last night. The second episode in Beaver Creek?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one, but I watched Beaver Creek, and you're 100% right. And I just like, I can't explain why it's even so good. It's like nothing's even happened yet.
But because Cameron is so outrageous, and then in this new episode, which I won't spoil for you, but they wake up and like you think that she's like, sorry.
Kidsville?
No. She's Ashley Jacobs.
It's so crazy.
She's so out of control, and Leanne is getting out of control because Deandra and Brandy are becoming good friends, and it's like so cute. They have the best friendship, and Leanne can't handle it.
Wait, Deandra and Brandy are becoming
Yeah, they make up on the slopes, and then they
good.
spend the day together, and then the next episode they go to the rodeo together.
Oh, but like and then also Stephanie and Leanne are becoming good friends, and it's like I want them all to be friends except Cameron.
Me too.
Totally, but that's not a show.
And Carrie is responsible for Cameron, and she takes that burden seriously. And like they all go snowmobiling, like she has to go with Cameron. And it's just like Carrie's so much better than Cameron. Like
for
she's
sure,
so elevated.
She's a really good friend to Cameron, and it's like you only needed to do that in season 1. Like now she's
on her own.
She got her second season. Like she's
make your
on
bed.
her own. I don't know. Maybe like they're really actually friends in the community or something. Like you never know what goes on.
Yeah, like maybe she's a
maybe
patient.
their kids like go to school together.
So
maybe she's a patient, a high-paying one.
So the TV in our bedroom hasn't been mounted yet because there's like this electrical thing, and we have a stand for it. And Ben put it like up on the stand and like leaned it. And I'm in the living room last night and I hear like the biggest crash of 2018. And I'm like, oh, Ben broke the TV. And I come in like the TV's cracked. I've never seen a cracked TV.
Oh my God.
We need to get a new TV. Like literally, like I don't have money. Like I literally can't stop buying furniture. Like my budget is done.
You're at your budget.
I'm at my budget, and Ben just made us buy another fucking 50-inch TV.
Well, you can.
And that was a good
If you don't
TV.
need the nicest TV in the land, like there are some really good deals. Like
Well, now I don't need
we
one.
should have gone to Walmart when we were in Poconos for a TV.
I don't need one with Netflix because I have a Fire Stick that like changed my life. But this was an LG Smart TV that before I got the Fire Stick, it has everything. But so then I had it like twice. I have Netflix twice in the living room. Like it's so stupid. I wish I could just get a TV, paid less because I don't need the Netflix, but I still want like the high quality visuals, the 4K.
Well, you should look into what I have because I have that. I have an Apple TV and it doesn't like. I only have one Netflix with my Apple TV. Like I don't have all
But
that
the
other
TV
shit.
that you bought doesn't have the Netflix. Like
I don't
all
think
good
so.
TVs have Netflix.
Oh, these days.
So it's
I
like
don't know.
I'm paying for it. I don't even need it.
I understand.
I love my Fire Stick.
We have to talk about Sierra Burgess' Loser, but before we do, I just want to talk about Model Squad like really quickly because the way that they're doing it was filmed a year ago at Fashion Week, and now they're doing it like binging. Every single night is a new episode during Fashion Week, so it's like really enjoyable to watch because like right when you're into it, like there's 3 more episodes for you. And it's really interesting, and I think you should watch it. Like
I've seen the first episode, and it was hilarious.
Pull back the curtain on like the modeling world, and like people are really honest about like the big
Some of them.
campaigns. Some of them. No, some of them are boring, but
Shanina Shake is the only person who's honest. She's like, these parties aren't fun. I can't drink, and I have to work the next day.
No. So some of them are really honest, and the ones who like talk more are getting like the most play. And like Olivia Culpo was like, I'm so in love with her. She's literally so perfect and beautiful. But like, I never like realized what like her struggles, like not struggles, but I used to think she goes to sleep at night like not a care in the world. But like she really is so much
like
short.
Nothing keeps her up at night.
Right. She really is so much shorter than the rest of the girls, and there's nothing she can do about it. And she really wants to be like not like a plight like that, but like there's like really like she wants to be a high fashion model. She's 5'6". That's not going to happen.
Great,
for her.
but she's 5'6", and she's also an influencer, and she makes more money than all
Right.
the other girls because she goes to Revolve and gets paid $50,000 for an Instagram post.
Right,
Sorry.
and then she did her Sports Illustrated.
Well, Ping is out here working for 10 years and has 50,000 Instagram followers.
Right. But then she like does Sports Illustrated. She gets her ass handed to her. Literally, it's crazy. She goes to start a restaurant with her dad. Gets her ass handed to her again. She just keeps getting yelled at. And I'm like,
She's
wow.
just like,
I'm like, who could? I never thought anyone could yell at Olivia Copo. But now I'm like, I really feel like I'm seeing her life. Like I feel, and then with the Victoria's Secret fashion show, it's like.
Did she try out?
No. But the models who did, it's like not all of them made it. They were like really honest. And like Nadine was talking about how she tried out the past 2 years. She literally fainted. She went to the hospital last year because of all the stress of it and like that she wasn't eating. And like she was honest.
Did she say it was because she wasn't eating?
She said, she said she was like working out, and I'm pretty sure she said she wasn't eating. And there's some girls who it's like, oh, she's like me, she eats pizza and whatever. And it's like, lucky you. But like there are some models who really can only eat salads, and they're pretty honest about it. They're like, I'm not eating. It's Victoria's Secret Fashion Week and Victoria's Secret Fashion Show casting week. So they really pulled back the curtain on a lot of things and like the money making. So like Caroline, who is a commercial model, so like the high fashion models probably look down on her. And if she was any other kind of girl, she would have a complex about it because a lot of the commercial models are trying to get into high fashion. She was like, the money is in commercial.
Yeah, of course.
I do an ad for Kohl's, Macy's. That's $50,000 I make in one day.
Wow.
Like, and the walking a
Cassie
runway.
Owens should be on the show.
Walking a runway.
You don't get paid.
Like you get paid like dirt.
Unless you're like a Bella or a Gigi and they pay you like $30,000.
And then in one of the other episodes, and then in tonight's episode, they talk a lot about like diversity in the modeling industry, and like it's becoming like a really big like contentious like subject amongst the girls. You saw that clip, and it's like it's really real. Like, and what's crazy is like the show is made by IMG. So it's all IMG models, part of WME, and that's why Olivia's on it, because she's with CAA.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
That is interesting.
And she doesn't have a modeling agency, so she's not an IMG model. But anyways, it's like IMG is like pulling back the curtain on like all the different varying aspects in the modeling industry, including diversity. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like they're not censoring it.
That conversation was absolutely horrible to watch.
The one at Catch.
Yeah, Shanina and Ping were just like talking about the strides as being Asian and Black in the modeling industry, and that like for years they couldn't go to Milan because they literally wouldn't have let Black girls walk in the runway shows. And Devin was like, I mean, like, as a blonde, like, I understand.
No, well, in a later scene, Devin says, like, their sittings are far apart from each other, and she thought they were just talking about, like, struggles in the modeling or, like, just making it. So when she was like, I lived in Paris for 2 years on my own, I didn't speak the language, like, that's what she was trying to say, but she didn't hear that they were talking about diversity specifically,
yeah, that was a tough conversation.
Not just coming up as a model.
Yeah.
And then in tonight's episode, they have like all a sleepover together, and it's like these girls aren't all friends; they're just castmates. So like it comes up again, it's gonna get like they get into it again. But like Devin is far and away the most successful model on the show, and it's like she's walked in she's done like the biggest campaigns.
Well, she has the same agent as Gigi, Louise Matos.
But Hannah Ferguson has Louise also, or she said Louise on the phone. I can't imagine there are that many Louise modeling agents.
At IMG.
And she didn't get Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Right, no, but it's obviously like everything that Gigi says no to, Devin looks really similar, and they give it to Devin.
Right, and like Devin just, I mean, and I'm sure she knows this, but like she's gotten really like she's had an amazing.
Of course.
She's been. This is her 6th year in the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
She has a great agent and
great luck.
Great luck because like she's not like different looking. She's just like all American. She like that's why anything Gigi doesn't get, like I'm sure they just pass off to.
Right, and being friends with all those girls, it's like Anyways, so she's gonna have to answer.
She gets engaged though. Does that happen on the show?
I don't think so because it happened like they stopped filming. I can't imagine they filmed past the New Year because it's for New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And the way that they're doing it, it's like they're trying to compete with Netflix, like binging, and it's working for me.
Oh, so they do it every night of the week?
Every night of the week. So it started on last week on Monday, and every night there's a new episode. And Fashion Week is happening now, so like you really feel like you're getting a sense of like what Fashion Week is about.
Totally.
And I just want to say I'm like here for it, and I think it's a really good and interesting show. And I hope that it gets another season because I love Olivia and her looks. Like she never sleeps on a look, you know?
I've been watching, I think some of her side interviews like annoying. She's like trying really hard to like prove that she has a personality because models is stereotype, like they don't have personality. So she's like trying extra to be like extra, and I find it annoying.
I agree. Sometimes
also, I'm just bitter because all these girls are skinny and rich, and like I'm not. So.
She's really well spoken, but she was like when she was getting her makeup done one day, they were talking about how she got a spot in Trainwreck, the Amy Schubert movie, and her agent was like, "Have you ever done comedy before?" And like, of course she has, and she's like, every day of my life.
That's funny.
It was funny, and it was like off the cuff. So like some of them are pretty funny. Like Caroline's funny, Hannah's funny, Ping is funny.
I like Ping.
And it's like, I wouldn't think models funny. Nadine is like really sweet. When she got Victoria's Secret fashion show, she's sitting on her bed calling Shanina, and like she is just like bursting with joy, and she's like alone
Is
in
this
her
her first
apartment.
one?
This is her first one. This is her.
I've met her. She's literally lovely.
And like then she talks about how it's hard to date being a model. She dated Harry Styles, and she used to get like fan mail to her apartment with X's over her face. And they talk about like dating Harry Styles.
Oh my God, has
And
any of the other
Nadine,
girls
if you're
dated
watching
Harry
this,
Styles?
why didn't you go out with Caroline's brother? Caroline brought her brother to an event to meet Nadine. She said she wants to like date a nerd. He works at IBM, and he's so hot, like beautiful. He could be a model too.
The girl with the boyfriend?
Caroline, no, you need to watch the rest of it. She's not sad. She's the one who does commercial
No, not
and
sad,
makes
but like
50K
her
in a day.
boyfriend's like annoying me. Get off the show. Like he has side interviews, he gets makeup. Like please.
No, if you watch more, like I think you'll like him more. He's really
fine.
cute, and he like does a campaign for Jeep Wrangler, and he was like, they're literally paying me to like pick up a bike and go through like the mountains. He's like, that's what I want to do on my day off anyway. They're really cute, and he apparently was like a big football player at Ole Miss. He's like someone who's just born under a lucky star.
Totally.
His name's Heath Hutchins, and like he was a star football player at Mississippi, and now a male model. Like, could your life be easier?
No.
And every time they go back to Mississippi, he's like a celebrity, like the biggest star there. And she's like, oh, Mr. Heath Hutchins.
That's cute.
They're really cute. Anyways, that is my endorsement for Model Squad. Sierra Burgess is a loser.
So people like are like, it's the next to all the boys. Netflix is putting so much money behind it. They literally like are shoving it up my ass. That like
No, it's like I went to Netflix to watch it, and it was right there, like ready for me to watch.
I went to Netflix to watch Friends because I don't have a TV. I was on my computer, and it was there, and I'm like, oh, I should watch it like for research. And I just love those movies, and like there was no way I wasn't gonna like it, but I didn't.
I liked it. Like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. It had cute moments when they were like, some of the like texting stuff, I feel like the texts were like very real. Like,
Well, you can't, it's not real because you can't FaceTime with an Android. That's important to know.
You can't?
No.
But that was hilarious when they were FaceTiming and the lag.
So here's the thing. I know everyone loves that girl, Barb. And I don't watch, but she was Ethel Muggs. I loved her as Ethel. People love her as Barb. Yeah, she's so nice. She was an absolutely horrible actress in this movie. I was not buying what she was selling for 10 seconds.
No, but
and she's like this protagonist. You're supposed to feel bad for her, I guess.
What she did in the end, she is a loser.
No, wait. In the beginning, you're supposed to feel bad for her. I'm like, she was so mean to her mom. Her mom did nothing to her except give her a wonderful life. And she's like so mean to her mom. She's like literally hates her mom because her mom's like pretty and skinny. And like, when she yells at her mom, she's like, you don't know what it's like to go to school and be like bigger. And I'm like, well, first of all, that's a personal choice. Like, if you, I went to school being bigger and I loved it. Like, it's a personal choice. So if you want to be big, great. If you don't. Like, she was making it seem like it was her mom's fault that like she was fat. Like, it's not. Like, that was really frustrating. And she's like so mean to her mom. And I just hated her from the get-go. She like took all of her like insecurities out on her mom. Where it's like, it's not your mom's fault that you don't like the way that you look. Like, you're a pretty girl.
As a character, she was inconsistent because some of the things that she did, it's like she's confident, she doesn't care. Like when she tells Veronica, like you meant Quasimodo, and she walks out like her shit don't stink.
Yeah, no,
but it's like that same person like wouldn't treat their mom that way, like or just do like.
But
she
it's
was
the same with Veronica. The first couple scenes where she was so evil. Like,
Veronica evolved. But like, and yes, she was evil, but it was like she was doing all these things because like her mom was like making her think. Chrissy Metz was making her think that these were the things that are important in this world, and like Veronica had been through a lot. Like her family life is annoying. Like she goes to school and she's fucking pissed.
No, Veronica like had
and
good
everyone
reason.
should stay out of her way.
Veronica had good reason to be like a little bit of a bitch, but like Sierra did not. She had the perfect home life. Her house was so nice.
Veronica would kill for that.
Yeah, her parents had a loving marriage. Her dad's fucking famous. They're rich. Like, she's straight A's. Like, she really had nothing to be upset about.
No, and it's like I was waiting for the moment in the movie where, you know, Sierra and Veronica get close and then they go to school and Veronica, like, ditches her and Sierra realizes that they don't have a real friendship. And that never happened. Veronica never did that to her. If anything, the only time someone dissed someone was when Sierra dissed Veronica. Like, Veronica, I thought she, just as a character, she was just so evolved and so much more than meets the eye. And I wanted happiness for her. And I wanted her and
of course
Jamie. Why did they spell Jamie like that?
Jamie.
I thought his name was
Jeremy. The whole time I thought his name was Jeremy.
Like, why did they have to do that? It was confusing.
Okay, and then like the most pivotal scene is when she pretends to be deaf, where like his little brother's deaf. It's like obviously close to him, and she like mocks that, and they never even addressed that.
It was
that was
weird,
a huge
and they've gotten a lot
hole.
of flack for that, like in
the deaf community. Of course,
yeah,
such a fucked up thing to do.
It was very weird. That was like so towards the end, like. They want you to think Sierra Burgess is a loser, like, from the start. And
she wasn't.
She emerges not a loser. No, she was cool in the beginning, and she
became a loser.
Like, what she did to Veronica at the game, like, what a piece of shit. Like, Veronica was nothing but nice to her. And, yeah, you force these two people to, like, kiss and be together. Of
course.
And they're two, like, cute, nice people.
Also, I'm sorry, just the most unrealistic ending.
Yeah.
And I know that for good, like, the message of the movie I really got behind. Like, it was like, you don't have to be like the coolest, prettiest girl in school to like get the guy. And it's like, there's so much more to high school than looks. Like, and I was really there for the message, but they got there in the most absurd, unrealistic way that like, they were going to do anything to make their message come through.
Yeah, and to make the two of them end up together. And it's like, one, they didn't even show us the pivotal conversation between Veronica and Jamie.
But wait, when Jamie opened the door and Veronica turns around in that gray dress, like...
Stunner.
Stunner.
And like, I wanted them to be together.
Yeah, but it's like, then he would only be with her because of her looks.
No,
even
but
though
it's
he
like the
connected
person that
personality
Veronica
was.
became, like, really was a good person that like Jamie could have liked.
And by the way, like Steve, what was her boyfriend's name?
I always Spence.
Spence, like that was just like a weird subplot, like an unnecessary one.
Yeah.
Also, the greatest character, Dan, her friend.
Oh my God.
Who she was so fucking mean to. And he was in love with her. They never addressed that, but he was in love with her.
He was?
Totally. He was like, I love you, and she wouldn't say it back, but like there was a little truth behind that. And then he took personal offense, like not even as a friend, but like as a lover, when she like wouldn't talk to him anymore because she was like obsessed with Veronica.
And like when you go to a party with Veronica, like you don't have to lie and say you're staying in. Why
Invite
don't you say either I'm out with Veronica, like you're allowed to have another friend, or to invite him. He would have crushed it at the party.
Oh my God, he's the best personality.
He's the
handsome.
life of the party.
He's handsome.
He needs to be at
He
Camp
can meet a
Toast.
nice girl.
He would crush it at Camp Toast.
I thought he was so funny, and everywhere he was my favorite part of the movie. And the teacher.
And Veronica just looking.
The teacher.
Oh my God, the teacher.
She was so funny. Your horrible personality. Like, she was great. And they were just like great nuggets that like, we had to be stuck with Sierra, who had a fucking sourpuss on the whole movie. I was so sick of her. The movie was great, except for Sierra Burgess.
Yeah, and no, the title is true. Sierra Burgess is a loser.
Yeah, because she ended up a big fucking loser.
And justice for Veronica. I want a spin-off of Veronica's life.
Justice for Jamie. Like, honestly, he looked way cuter as Peter Kavinsky, and I'm not in love with Jamie whatsoever. And the movie wasn't even about him. It's like they threw him in there so people would watch it. And like they put in that one scene with his belly.
He like was in. They filmed the movie before he was a big
but they
breakout
put
star.
in like a handsome guy. Like
Yeah. But now he's like he's gonna be in everything.
But he was supposed to be like a nerd.
I sort of got it, like, with his weird friends.
Right, and they were like virgins.
And they were like talking about like losery stuff.
Also, when they were climbing the rope in gym class, they were so obviously on harnesses. They like weren't even holding onto the ropes. I couldn't even think. I'm like, this is such bullshit. Like, you're not even on the rope.
Oh my God.
Like, they were pretending to pull up and they were being pulled by harnesses and like their asses were in the air from the harness. It was so stupid. It was really like, it was a low budget. I did not like it.
But as far as like movies go these days, like I enjoyed it thoroughly and I want more movies like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, it
and
goes
like
like
compared
this.
to
It
what
goes
else
like
is in
this.
theaters, I didn't see a movie all summer because there was nothing to even
It goes like
tolerate.
this. To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Okay.
Kissing Booth. Sarah Burgess. I need to watch SPF 18. Apparently Peter Kavinsky's in it too. But is it a Netflix original? If it's not, I'm not interested. Is it worse than Sierra Burgess?
No, but you guys also didn't talk about non-consensual kiss.
Oh, right. Like, because if the roles were reversed, like, oh my God, that was so not okay.
No.
First of all, in no world is anyone that stupid, and they wouldn't realize.
But I was actually laughing. They've kind of like the way that they did the date. Like I never thought that. I was like, okay, she'll have to go on this date, and like he'll realize that in person
not the
she
person.
sucks, whatever. But they really like played it out to the end. I totally thought she was gonna get caught when she's like texting her things to say, like. That
Who
part
would
was
see
weird.
that?
But she literally, like, they got away with the kiss. And yes, it was non-consensual.
And it was inappropriate.
And it was inappropriate. I completely agree. But it was actually kind of funny, like, and cute how they did all that. Also, when he sends her the picture and she doesn't know what to send back and she sends the elephant, like, that's something I would have done.
Yeah, no, so she obviously, like, had a good personality, but, like...
No, but I thought the texting, like, the way that so many movies get texting wrong. And I felt like the way their
if you have an Android, also, it doesn't do the ... Whatever.
Okay, that I don't
like,
care
him
about.
having an Android was just unnecessary.
The technological part, I don't care. But like the way that kids text these days, it's like some 40-year-old man like can't write that, but they did a really good job.
No, that's why the Netflix young adult movies do so well, is because they capture high school so well. Like in Kissing Booth, when they went to that party and like she was dancing on the table with her shirt off and was drunk, like that happens at parties. Like they capture high school very well, but this movie was just like so bad.
I don't think it was so bad. I would say you should watch it because a lot of people really liked it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like the greatest movie, but also like I need to stop like I hate all the hype around these movies. It's like you can't form your own opinion. Like everyone like is it better? Like is it worse?
The opinion of Sierra Burgess was that it was like this epic next to All the Boys I Loved Before, and I watched it and it wasn't. So I'm able to form my own opinion.
No, like I just want to be able to enjoy a movie without having to like, is it the greatest
also,
rank?
like her dad just like kept quoting Walt Whitman, like stop.
Yeah, like do you say anything other than book quotes? Like she needs a dad.
Right, not
an author.
No, not like a writer girl.
Totally. Cal Raswell should have played the mom. That would have actually been really cute.
Yeah, it would. I'm just like the Chrissy Metz of it all. I couldn't.
She crushed it.
When she came back with the junk food and she was like, I'm eating whatever I want, Mom. I'm like, yes, Veronica, you eat those.
And also like she got pop chips. Like she'll be okay.
Totally.
Oh my God, she was so beautiful. Like,
and so now I follow her on Instagram, and she's just like the social activist we need. She's out here like supporting Mental Health Awareness Day, National Suicide Prevention Day. Like, she is just like a true artist.
beautiful inside and out.
Yeah, no, she's literally the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen.
Wow, so now that the show...
She looks like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, but like high school.
Yeah, ethereal.
I hope she gets more roles. She was
She
a good
will.
actress too.
Yes. Because I bought her being a bitch, and I also bought her being nice.
Yeah, and like
so diverse.
All of her looks, except like what I don't like is like when she was down in the dumps and she like wore a sweater with her hair looking limp as shit. Like Veronica wouldn't have done that. Like Veronica would have like came to school looking even better than ever and sitting alone and being fabulous, not being like a Sierra Burgess.
Their friendship was like so cute though.
It really
like
was.
Veronica, when she became nice, made me like Sierra, and that's the only moment I liked Sierra.
No.
Like when she came up to her in the hall and she was like, Spence broke up with me, and she was like such a good friend and like ran to the bathroom. I'm like,
No,
obviously she had to leave Dan in the dust. Like Dan could have been helpful.
And when she went to the party with her, like she was a good friend throughout. Like she never ever ditched.
She never wavered.
Like
Right, she could have ditched Sierra at the party, and she didn't. Or
well, technically she left to go make out with her
Boyfriend,
man,
which
but
was the point
that
of the
was
whole
the point
movie.
of it. Yeah, she didn't do anything wrong by doing that.
No, and she could have been so mean to Sierra when Sierra was like, will you help me catfish this guy and I'll help you get back? Because like honestly, Sierra needed Veronica. Veronica did not need Spence. Spence was not going to realize she read a book and was like,
right.
Like that part was stupid. So like Sierra really needed Veronica, and she could have been mean and laughed in her face, and she didn't.
Right, and also, shit, what was I going to say about Veronica? Also, Veronica could have stolen Jamie.
And
Veronica
she should have.
Could have gone on the date, driven, like lost Sierra, and then like made out with him and showed
You know,
him
when he kissed her
showed
outside,
him the time of his life.
that was so cute, like East versus West. I was loving that.
Oh my God! Like,
I need a spin-off where Jamie breaks up with Sierra and gets back together with Veronica. Also, how they did in the end, like with like a finale of Housewives, where they gave blurbs and everyone like they're gonna make it work long distance.
I actually don't like those blurbs about not true movies. Like you just made that up.
No, that has to be reserved for like the final episode of OC.
Right.
OJ. Like true stories.
Right, true stories. Like Preppy Connection. Like
Yep.
yeah, what happened to him? I don't need to see like what fake
Jan
shit.
Levon. The Polka King, which is our movie of the week.
Which is our movie of the week, which is a great place to
Nobody
end on.
watched it because we just had such a busy week, but now we're back. We're here. Make sure to watch The Polka King. It's a Netflix original, so it's free. It's with Jack Black. It's a fucking hilarious movie. We really enjoyed it. We'll discuss it at the end of the week.
It's
so we'll
a
give you,
true story.
We'll
Remember
give you 2
that
more
as you're
days to
watching
watch
it.
for the Toast movie of the week.
Yes. Well, after an hour and a half of talking nonstop.
Is there anything else we missed?
I don't know. It was we haven't sat in these chairs in a week. Like, and it was such a whirlwind of a week, and I've never been more grateful for Rosh Hashanah.
Oh my God.
It's the start of a new year,
Happy
you
New
guys.
Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, new me.
Next week we have a very exciting week. It is Yom Kippur, so we're off Wednesday. But Thursday we have Just Hands. Leanne Locken, Thursday, the 20th. And then the 21st, the next day, we have Jerry O'Connell coming on, who I love for so many reasons. Oh my God, I have to tell him. He spoke at my NYU the first day.
That's so crazy. They're not coming together anymore?
No, we had them on the same day, but they needed separate days.
We needed separate days, but then I also went on Watch What Happens Live, he was talking about how much he loves Leanne, and I wonder if they met before they could have met on our show.
Okay, well, whatever. So Jerry will be here talking about his new Men.
They changed the name.
Did they?
Because they kept saying Real Men Watch Bravo. They literally would say it every episode of Watch What Happens Live, but then on the Luann episode, they didn't say it once, and they said Bravo play-by-play, something like that, like a sports show.
Real Men Watch Bravo is like, in this day and age, I don't think you could say that.
You think?
I think that might have had something to do with it.
I don't think so. I feel like it's like so cute and
it's
like
a little
tongue-in-cheek.
controversial, I don't know.
It's like Real Men Wear Pink.
So Jerry will be here on Friday discussing his new
Next week.
show next Friday. I'm really excited because they cast it now, and they have Michael Yo, who I love. Margot, you weren't there. When I was in St. Louis, in the dressing room of my show, he was at the show before, and we like crossed paths in the dressing room, and he was like so nice and cool.
Who is he?
He used to be on E!
Is he the style person?
No, I think he's straight. He's like dude, like he's cool. If you saw a picture of him, you would know.
Okay.
He's
cool.
like he's hot.
I look forward to seeing the format of the show and every other show that they just kind of like throw into the wind these days.
Yeah, maybe
when
one
there
of these
are
days.
shows that already exist with great formats.
Maybe one of these days it'll be the Toast.
That can carry on for an hour and a half. I mean, Camp Toast has given me enough to live on.
I'm dead. I need to lay
until
in
Memorial
bed.
Day weekend. We have to go home and start planning Camp Toast 2.0.
Thank you all so much for being here. Sorry about the choppy September. It's going to be a little bit more choppy because of holidays and just like general life things. Try and be cool with us. I know it's really easy for you guys to complain, and I appreciate that. I do. As a complainer myself, I totally understand. But just like bear with us.
With the holidays, like what do you want us to fast and do the toast? That just doesn't.
It's just not going to happen.
Safe.
So we're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. Monday I'm not here, but we are doing the show.
Yeah, is Monday the 18th?
Tuesday the 18th is Lauren Elizabeth is coming. She's co-hosting with Jackie. That'll be really good because she's like a toaster and like a famous person.
And a personality.
And friends with Joey King. You have to ask her about that.
Right, and we'll just make this seamless experience.
So you need someone on Monday too. Monday, I'm in Puerto Rico. It's me and Ben's 1-year wedding anniversary.
That's
so I have a good excuse.
Oh, and speaking of your wedding anniversary, on Friday, we are doing a wedding anniversary themed show with Anthony Vasquez,
Claudia's who was my wedding photographer, and is going to be yours.
And did my engagement. So he's going to be sharing some of the most premium photos from Claudia's wedding to celebrate your 1 year. How has it been?
It's been so fast. Really, honestly, like, I feel like if Ben and I made it through this year, we can make it through anything. This was the hardest year of my life.
Because, well, people say the first year of marriage is the hardest.
No,
but
it had nothing to do with my marriage.
But if you, this year was
my personal and business life was very difficult.
And if you can make it through.
And Ben was like, ride or die, like so helpful. Bought me a ring the day I lost my job, which was just irresponsible, but whatever. I love him for it. And it was a ring I already had.
You already had.
And I was going to reprimand him, but it was so sweet and love him.
And then also Theo got you through the year.
Theo got, oh my God, I did have an emotional service animal this year. Like,
you really did.
Totally.
Couldn't have come at a better time.
So I feel very, like, there are a lot of things that are uneasy in my life, but my marriage is not one of them. I feel very strong about it.
That is so beautiful.
It is. It's the best. So thanks, Ben.
You recommend Married Life?
Oh, for sure.
10 out of 10?
I mean, just when you have a lot of things going on in your life, like, going on dates and like finding a man is not something I could add to my list right now.
Right.
So I'm so grateful to have like the most stable, wonderful man in my life.
I'm happy for you. Theo.
Yeah, of course. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show. We go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube preferred. We're eventually going to migrate over to YouTube, so make sure to make a YouTube account, subscribe, like us on Facebook. We're serving up premium content on our Instagram at The Morning Toast and on our Twitter at The Morning Toast. Also, if you're a commuter, you can't tune in every day, you live on the West Coast, the podcast app is for you, The Morning Toast, the podcast app. Leave us 5 stars. Write a nice review, you guys, so maybe we can get to the top and beat Joe Rogan. That should be. We used to want to beat Felonious Florida, but they've fallen off the charts.
And we used to want to beat Anna Faris, and we did.
So now we want to beat Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
One time I want to beat Joe Rogan.
But if you haven't left us a positive podcast review, go ahead and do it. It takes no time out of your day, and it actually really helps us.
It does. So thank you all so much. We love you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Follow me, Jackie O Problems.